Taste the biscuit.
What's this day of rest shit? Woo! You got a day Wednesday, baby.
Does anyone ever say to you, sounds like someone has a case of the Mondays?
I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that, man.
With the bar, the bang, the dang.
You sure about that?
Set the boogie shit up.
You sure about that?
You're a real crumb bum. Get away from me. That's right. You're a creep.
Oh, well, hello, fine shits.
How you guys doing?
Ho!
Hello, fine.
Coming off.
Hola!
Coming awful fast there. How you doing?
How you doing? Welcome, Nothing Funny Show. Hope everybody's having a gay old time out there on this fine day of Wednesday.
Definitely gay.
Definitely gay. Cranston, Duke, how y'all doing today on Wednesday? All right.
Good. We're looking for some butt drugs.
Looking for some butt plugs?
Some butt drugs.
Oh, butt drugs. Butt drugs. Oh, there, dude, you just reminded me butt drugs needs to go to the intro. Fudge. Butt drugs. Intro.
Jot that down.
Write that down. Write that down.
It's funny though, I say butt
drugs.
drugs, and the first thing he thinks is butt plugs. I don't know what he's got going on.
Well, I mean, listen, either way, they're both going in your butt, so I'm really not too far off, you know? Butt drugs, butt plugs. It's not like, I was talking about some type of I don't know, nose picking, whatever. Welcome to Nothing Funny. How is everybody doing tonight?
Hey, and happy belated birthday to the prankster over here, April Fool's guy.
Yeah.
I fell for that one.
He got Duke.
And you know what's funny is I don't think this is the first year that you've fallen for it either.
A motherfucker. I just go by Facebook. I can't remember people's birthdays, so fuck.
Well,
the 9th.
Yeah.
99999.
Explain it. I have a recurring April Fool's joke where I have my Facebook page set for my birthday on April 1st, and then everybody who says happy birthday, I get them with an April Fool's. And the same, like, usually I get the same people
assholes
that fall for it, like, every year, every couple of years. Like, I have one guy who's fallen for like 5 of the last.
Shout out to
7
Lucas. Shout out to Lucas Bush, man. I love Lucas. He's cool.
I don't even know if you're allowed to be born on April 1st. Do you know anybody who's born on April Fool's Day?
Yeah,
No?
that's like a whoopsie.
Right? I think like the doctors, no. You gotta wait till tomorrow. We can't have, like, they push it back in.
They stuff it back
Yeah.
in, yeah.
You know, like sometimes they gotta use their feet to really push that sucker back in. You gotta wait, lady. You got another 12 hours to go, okay? I know a lot of people die on April 1st, which is a horrible day to pass away on, because everyone's like, nah,
Yeah.
right, bullshit.
Everybody thinks it's bullshit.
I know.
Mitch Hedberg, comedian extraordinaire Mitch Hedberg, died like on March 30th or something
Heroin
like that.
addict destroyed.
Yeah. But the news of the heroin guy dying came out on April 1st. So everyone's like, yeah, all right.
Yeah. Well, that was me last night with Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, you know my recurring April Fool's joke, right? Every year, somebody mentions it to me on my Facebook or in my family. I said, hey, Lisa's pregnant, like fucking 15 years ago or something on April Fool's, and everybody's like, congratulations, hey, Eric, he's going to be a soccer player. He is. So it ended up happening like a couple months later. So every year they're like, don't fucking post that shit. It's going to happen again. My mom was the one who reminded me this year, but yeah. Don't pretend to be pregnant on April Fool's, because it will happen.
It's so easy to fool people on Facebook too. Like I had one time, like me and this chick, we posted that we were engaged just randomly on Facebook, like as a joke, because like we were fucked up and thought it was just like a funny thing to do. And you wouldn't believe like how many people like believed that shit.
Yeah.
And then they got pissed off at me when they found out it wasn't true. Like I had like 5 people unfriend me over it because they like asked my parents. They were like asking my parents when's the wedding, and they're like, he's not getting married. That was a
They
Facebook
blamed
joke.
you.
They got like pissed off.
They blamed you for them being so gullible. Like, how dare you make me look so gullible, man? You're fucked up. It's a fucked up move to do.
And then like my sister saw it and she got pissed off and thought it was real and started messaging the chick like threatening her and all. Like it was. Off the hook, man.
It's a dangerous game to play, I guess.
Much like the Mitch Hedberg thing. If then April 2nd rolls around and the article's still coming out, you're like, all right, I guess this is kind of real, huh? That's a bummer.
That's like, you know what it reminds me of is that Bill Maher going to the White House thing, because Bill posted on his Facebook on April 1st something about, he said, I'll talk about meeting Trump for dinner last night on my show on Friday because today's April 1st and none of you are going to believe it if I post it today. But it was like literally true. He really did meet with him
on April Fool's or the day before. Oh no, it was.
Yeah, I think it might have been the day before.
I think he said I'm going to address it next week on my show just to be safe from the April Fool's.
What a great move though he does. He goes to the White House and then he leaves with a signed piece of paper of all the insults Trump called Bill Maher. Like, I want to see that paper.
Yeah, he probably will on his show, is what I think.
Okay, I got all the signed ad hominems. Okay, that's, Bill Maher loves his long extended. Okay, maybe Bill Maher of past, but I enjoy people. I enjoy seeing people reach across the aisle, whether they should or not, whether their own party thinks they should or not. I enjoy just the debates. I enjoy the what it could turn into, the shit show, whatever it is.
I was looking forward to Jon Stewart and Elon, but that didn't happen.
Well, is that because Elon's a bitch? Is that why?
Probably.
Or
don't say that.
Or did Jon Stewart bitch out? Who bitched out?
That's our Lord and Savior, okay? You don't say that.
Hell yeah. Who bitched out, though?
I think it was Elon, yeah.
It was obviously Jon Stewart was scared.
Yeah, definitely Jon Stewart.
See, I wanted Jon Stewart to rip him in real time, just like he does with some people. He'll just fucking call you out to your face and like just not have any remorse, you know. But whatever.
Maybe next year. Maybe next year he'll come on. I mean, we got Jon Stewart for another. He's doing the whole Trump presidency, right? But every Monday, right? So we at least got him on the Mondays. So
that's the only days I watch.
Yeah. Honestly, you and me both. I think there was a resurgence of people watching The Daily Show in our age bracket because Jon Stewart came back.
Once he came back.
I think it's a brilliant idea. You know, whether I love watching him, I love his takes, whether I agree or not, I like how they're funny. I love his delivery. I think it's a brilliant move. Well played, Jon Stewart. And Comedy Central for bringing that back.
Do you remember when Comedy Central did the O'Reilly versus, was it Stewart versus O'Reilly?
I don't.
Bill O'Reilly?
I don't.
Well, they used to do shit like that, and it was like a whole event, and it was pretty awesome. But, yep.
There you go. There you go. But unfortunately, what is not an April Fool's joke, and the news did come upon April 1st, ew, but it is true. It is true indeed. The beloved Val Kilmer, Val Kilmer. He didn't get killed, right? I'm trying to think of a funny Val Kilmer pun, but
Val not alive anymore.
Val not gonna be here anymore. Dead at 65.
Not gonna
Puna Hasapina not gonna
work here anymore.
Amir not gonna work here anymore.
Yeah. Literally, where do dead bodies go to chill? What is that called?
He's the Iceman.
I know, you don't take my joke. Where's the place they go to chill, though? What's that called?
The morgue.
The morgue. The morgue, you know, and that's what, you know, the feller Morganians. I don't know what they're called, but
that's what
morticians.
Yeah. There you go. Morticians. Look at the big brains on Cranston. The fellow morticians are like, hey.
I know the big words. I have the best words.
Nobody
has words as good as me.
Yeah, especially like groceries. You see him riffing on groceries. Maybe we can get to that. He was like, groceries is a great word. It means a lot of things in one bag. It's a great word. I love the word groceries. It was ridiculous. But the morticians are like, hey, get a load of Iceman over there. You know, they're cracking jokes about the dead Val Kilmer. But yeah, Duke already spoiled it. So
I knew where you're going with it. I didn't know how to get there, but I knew the end result.
Really walked all over my bit there, but that's fine. That's fine.
That fuck your confidence up? Good.
No, not at all. It just made me want to commit unaliving live on stream soon.
Someday.
Look out for that.
Do it on April Fool's Day.
Yeah, I know, but it's real. That was really good CGI. Like, no, that was woo-wee. That was real. Val Kilmer, though, that was also real. Passed away. Was it because of his throat cancer? Do we know that for a fact?
It was pneumonia.
Pneumonia? Was it really?
He's been having problems.
Yeah, I think that's right. I heard that too.
That's a bummer.
What favorite roles, guys? What'd you like him in?
Favorite Kilmer role?
Oh, I'm trying to find this thing.
I loved Kiss
Top
Kiss
Gun,
Bang Bang.
Batman. Wasn't he in Tombstone?
Tombstone is
Tombstone's
most
a classic.
people's favorite.
Yeah, that was probably the best one.
But I loved him in Kiss Kiss
He
Bang
wasn't the
Bang.
best
No,
Batman.
right? He wasn't the what?
Kiss Bang Bang's good.
Yeah, Gay Perry. I forgot who he played, but he played a great role in that. Obviously, him as the Doors, Jim Morrison.
Yep.
Like, I don't think anybody else can play that role besides him at this point.
I have footage of, speaking of unaliving, there's a video of him unaliving himself.
Val Kilmer?
Well, actually, it's
Tom Cruise?
MacGruber killing him.
Oh, MacGruber. God, that's how he passed away?
Do you remember how he dies at the end of MacGruber?
I never seen MacGruber.
It's like the best death ever.
I have to see MacGruber.
The fact that he was like, this is right before he had throat cancer and he couldn't speak anymore, and the fact that he put this out for us on this day is pretty epic. Yeah,
it's a bummer. He was pegged to play Robert F. Kennedy Jr. in an upcoming biopic. Yeah, because of his throat thing going on. Hey, how you doing? He was really, really good at that character acting.
It was nice to see him in the Top Gun sequel a couple of years ago.
Oh,
he was only like, yeah, he was only in it for like a small scene, but it was you could tell it was really tough for him to do it. He didn't speak in the movie. Like they wrote it so his character in the movie couldn't speak, but yeah,
he did at the end.
Nice
he had like one sentence that they ended up having to use AI
They had
for.
his son do it, I think.
No, they used AI for it. They actually, they used AI to make his voice. Turn it back on.
What was I gonna say? Oh, guys, if you guys haven't seen it, the documentary is amazing. I fucking love that documentary. Yep,
it's called Val.
Came out in 2021, and it shows like he documented everything. He's had a camera, and he's been filming everything in his life, and including all the shit after throat cancer and all the depressing shit, and shows like how committed he was.
It's a crazy thing. It's like having, imagine if you're a guitar player and you have all your fingers amputated, right? He's an actor.
Exactly.
Like his voice is his instrument, is his tool, and it's taken away from him. That's and just to see how he dealt with it, to see his positivity, his forward, like, all right, this is what I have now, and I have to work within the means I have. It was very inspiring to see somebody who, it's just awesome.
Focus on the positive,
it sucks, right? Right, focus on the positive, but it really puts shit you're going through into perspective to say, all right, this guy had this, positive outlook with a grim diagnosis such as throat cancer. His whole voice has changed. Now, granted, if I had maybe a cool few $1 million with the throat cancer, I'm like, all right, it's not too bad, right? But if I'm broke as fuck as I am now, and then I get throat cancer, I don't know how optimistic I could be. I would try. I would watch Val a couple times back to back to see how this fucker pulled it off. But anytime, you can fall asleep, close your eyes, and land on a pile of money, like, all right, everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to be all right.
That's true. That's true.
He does have that to fall back on.
Basically, what you're saying is it wouldn't be as bad if you have Val Kilmer bucks.
Right, exactly.
Or even millions or billions. Like, it's
and I
better.
know some of his Hollywood friends were trying to help him out with like they would give him roles, easy shit that he can do.
Dude.
Just to toss him a bone here and there.
If I lost my voice, nobody would give me a role. Like, they don't want.
You're not fucking Iceman. And
that's
you're not,
right. That's what I'm
Doc
saying.
Holliday.
So this guy, like, oh, look, you're getting pity roles here and there. You fall back on money. Like, I feel
you're
bad
just a
for
Ryan
you.
Gosling lookalike.
Yeah.
Well,
don't make shit from it.
It's a stunt double.
Yeah.
I remember he got Gosling to Boco one time, like on his lunch break or something. He comes in and he's like, man, I got Gosling today. Some lady at the store thought that was Gosling.
Yo, that was
didn't believe him.
That was a verb for a while. That was like an actual verb going on. For
that shit worked
a hot minute.
Pretty well for you, I gotta say.
And for you, my man. And for you.
Yes, it did. I got his leftovers. So, he's not really Ryan Gosling, so what's up?
Yeah, I'm his fat stunt double. Hey, dude, I'm a Brian Gosling.
I'm stupid brother.
I'm really heavy on the B's because I'm obese. Brian Gosling,
I could see you like going in, like the two of you going into like a restaurant that's like busy, and they say there's like an hour wait. And Duke walks up and he's like, "I'm Mr. Gosling's agent. Are you sure you can't get him in sooner?" Like, "Sure, come on, Mr. Gosling," and they like set you up.
I would get
no effort. I think we've spoken about this before, but there was no effort on Josh's part. He would literally just walk in with his face,
right?
And then girls would be like, "Oh my god," drunk girls. "Oh my god, you look just like Ryan Gosling," and then that was it. He didn't have to do shit.
But the second that we would try or attempt to pull off a Cranston plan, like, all right, you're gonna go in as him. Like, I get the only person who's like, you ain't Ryan Gosling. Fuck you.
Yeah.
What the fuck you doing here? Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Like, as soon as you tried it like that, it backfired. But listen, you catch me 2:22 a.m. You're drunk as fuck. It's kind of dark outside. I'm standing on a street corner walking out of a bar. You might mistake me for Ryan Gosling.
Yes.
No fucking way. Like, they're not even looking at me when they say that. They're, oh my God.
Yeah, you got to get them before they vomit and pass out.
I got to take her home. She's not doing too well. But R.I.P. Mr.
Jen
Kilmer
had a hilarious joke.
Okay,
It's very morbid.
Please.
Very morbid.
I love
She
morbid
said-
jokes.
He said towards the end of his career, he could have played somebody in a coma.
I love it. I love it. I heard he was pegged. Val Kilmer was pegged to play Terry Schiavo in an upcoming biopic, where he just sat in a bed and they were like, "Should we or shouldn't we? Should we or shouldn't we?" Remember Terry Schiavo?
Yeah.
Remember that bald bastard? Her sitting there. I can't eat by myself. Shut up. All right, nobody wants to feed you anyways. Get out of here. Terry Alive.
Good one, Jen. That was fucking hilarious.
Thank you, Jen. I'm glad it makes me feel better to not be the only morbid person here.
Yeah, morbidly obese.
Jen. Damn, bro. Damn, that fucking hurt my heart when you said that. Fuck.
It hurt my two titties.
Woo. Titty shake. I got a titty shake out of this one.
Yeah, me too.
That's how I get out of obese jokes. I just titty shake. I just distract everyone with titty shakes. Okay, I'll see you later.
That was so fucked up, Jen. You're
out.
canceled. She's canceled.
By the way, I just want to, Val Kilmer's death was just overshadowed for me by something that happened. I told you guys it was one of those days, right? And it was one of those days where I was trying to get here on time. Something happens. Yeah. I get here late. The computer's not starting up. This happens. I get in the shower, right? After the gym, my phone falls right in the water, goes, makes fucking crazy, and just turns off. I'm like, and everything's on my phone to control the lights, to log back into Facebook. I have to verify Facebook code with my phone, like everything.
Oh my God.
And so I dump my phone in rice. Look what happens. We're back on, boys. The phone is alive.
Awesome. So how long did you keep it in there and keep it off?
It was about 45 minutes. I literally had mid-level stress Duke movement for like 45 minutes. Because if it fell in the water, it was still on. I didn't turn it off, which was a dumb move. And I went to go look back at it, and the power button wasn't working. Nothing was working. Wasn't turning back on. Threw it in rice. Tried to take it out a few times. Wasn't working. And
you're lucky because you're supposed to leave it for like a day or two.
It's back, baby. It's back.
So, yeah, good job. Good job. I'm happy to hear that.
I wish this was Val Kilmer right now. Like, we just throw that bad boy in some rice, and Val Kilmer comes back like, all right, guys, I'm all good. I'm back to play RFK Jr. on the next video. Poor Val. Poor Val. That's wildness. All right. Well, that's...
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty sad. He was a great actor. If you watch the documentary, it explains in detail, so I don't have to tell you.
Did anybody else in the chat?
His commitment to the roles.
Did anyone in the chat list their favorite Val roles?
Yeah, a lot of people were saying Top Gun and Tombstone are the biggest ones. I remember him first from Willow. Do you guys ever see that movie?
Willow, yeah, that was cool.
He was...
I didn't know that was... I mean, like, I figured out years later that it was him, but I didn't know initially that it was him. It threw me off because he had, like, the long hair or whatever. Then they made, like, some, like, shitty Willow, like, sequel on Disney+.
Yeah, that's right.
He was too sick to be in it, so they, like, wrote it off as, like, one of the main characters was, like, his daughter or some shit. It was something like that. I don't know. I watched it one time. I actually didn't think it was as bad as it was supposed to be, but it was like so bad that they pulled it off Disney Plus, I guess.
How about
not on there anymore?
How about the Val Kilmer Batman era? When he was Batman the one time?
He did one movie. It was not the worst one.
Which one was it again?
The
Batman
third
Forever.
One, Batman Forever.
Was that with Mr. Ice?
No.
Okay.
It was the one that had Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face and Jim Carrey as the Riddler.
Wait,
it was pretty
Mr.
good.
Freeze wasn't in that one?
Director.
Mr. Freeze wasn't it? Mr. Freeze wasn't in Batman Forever?
That was the next one. The fourth one was Clooney was Batman, and it had Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze.
Bane was in that one, right? Was Bane in that one?
Poison Ivy. Bane was in it too. Yeah.
I get those confused. That was the Jerry Bruckheimer era. That was
that was like considered the worst, like the worst one ever, like the worst of all.
And I still liked it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different, but I still liked it.
Tommy Jones played the Joker, right?
Yeah, that's him.
Tommy Lee Jones was Two-Face, but it was
no, he was the Joker because I never saw the other face. He was just like he was just that guy all the time. There was never this side of his face. He was just like
Like
They
they
got
did when they did that the Flash movie a couple of years ago. They brought George Clooney back at the end of the movie, like as a cameo, like to that Batman movie, and that was like another reason why everybody hated that Flash movie, because everybody hated the George Clooney Batman movie.
I downloaded the Flash movie on one of those torrent sites, and all it was these like middle-aged men running by the camera with bathrobes on, going, ha! And then I was like, this ain't the right fucking movie. You guys aren't superheroes. Boom, run away. I'm like, all right. I sat there for 2 hours just to make sure it wasn't going to go somewhere, but it didn't. It did not go anywhere. There was just about 10 penises throughout the whole movie. Kind of weird.
Send me that video when you're done.
It's in your email as we speak, sir.
He already uploaded it to the thumb drive, the chat email, whatever thing we got.
Well, I got some more for the Spank Bank.
If we just real quick stick with the death theme, because that's always fun to stick with. If we fly this nothing funny plane halfway around the world, and we head on over to Myanmar and Bangkok. You guys see all that shit going on over there?
Bangkok.
We got.
Is that another one of the movies you downloaded?
You're damn right it was. It actually was the
I don't
Flash.
get why they have to pound the dick so hard, though.
Yeah. Flash Part 2, Bangkok. But they were going. They were just making it move. You know what I'm talking about?
Thailand. Jack talk Thai very well.
Vibrating.
That's a real fucking thing, by the way. Google it, everybody. You Florida people, I don't know if you can get porn anymore, but check it out.
You have to have.
Got to put in all your information.
When you guys see natural disasters or Mother Nature, if I will, doing its thing, is it not interesting just a little bit?
It is. It's like this weird thing that you can't stop looking at. And yeah, that was wild.
3,000 people right now are dead. And one of the issues with this is because there's a civil war going on, they cannot get relief efforts into these areas to help some of these people. They're still finding people.
Oh my God.
So 7.7 earthquake hits in Myanmar.
Last time I saw was like 1,500. That's double what it was. Oh, shit.
Check out this video. So this is one of them. This is, I don't think, obviously people aren't living here, but there are construction workers here. This is a skyscraper that collapsed because of the earthquake. Check this shit out. This is fucking wild. Notice too, I want to show every single one of my fucking conspiracy theorist friends, like, buildings don't fall straight down. It's a control. Like, watch.
Pay attention.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's AI. Never mind.
Watch how this falls. It falls straight down in on itself, in on its fucking base. That is fucking crazy. And what is even more wild is anybody who's maybe within 3 blocks of that falling down, like, you better fucking run.
Yep.
I don't know if you guys remember the World Trade Center videos, but that smoke, that fucking debris field just...
Yep.
It comes quick like me. Damn, that's fucking wild.
So that's Myanmar, but they got after.
Here you go. This is the one that we get to see the debris.
This is still Myanmar, right?
Yeah, this is all the same construction building. I have a few other I have a few other videos, but this says there's like 9 different angles of this one. This angle being my favorite, just because of how fucking close. Yeah, it's fucked up to say, but it is. It's the one I watch the most, just because of how close they are. You know, I can kind of almost put myself in this point of view kind of thing, like going to commercial construction sites, and you know, just being this close to something, and it just falls. And look at that debris cloud just fucking rushing them. He's staying in front of it too, and then it just gets him.
The mist is coming.
Yeah, the fog.
Guy was on his phone. He was running on his phone and keep looking back.
Make sure to get that footage.
Yeah, I know.
He was like on his phone, like talking on his phone. Like he's like running with his phone to his ear.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
job
that's wild.
sucks. He's just
like it would seem like you would have more important things to do. Like it would be like, I'd call you back, but instead he's like on the phone, like, no, the building's falling down. I'm running away from it right now.
Hey, can I call you right back? You're breaking up. I'm actually running away from the building. Can I? What's that? What'd you say? No. I'm running away. No, I'm sorry. I can't hear you. He's just trying to say, can I call you back? But he can't because he's trying to run away. You know, it's like, all right, you just hang up at that point. That's fucking craziness.
There was a wild one where there was a pool on the top floor.
Yeah.
Like all the water came piling out down the side of the building.
This is the epicenter. This is where it actually, like, the fucking heaviest, shocks went. And then nearby Bangkok is where all the less serious shit happened. But still, some people did get injured in Bangkok.
That's a little of the aftermath right
This is where everybody died. This was fucked up.
Look at that Playboy sticker right there. All right. Yeah, here's the pool video. The Playboy passed away.
So this is in Bangkok, the pool, right?
Yep. This is in a pool. Water pours over side of high rise during earthquake. This is not even that graphic. I don't know why they're saying that. Oh, goodbye. Okay. Look at this.
It's just the pool part.
And there's another video of people in the pool. Did you see that one?
Yeah.
I'll get to that. Look at initially I thought that was the building collapsing. At first, when I was watching the video, I didn't realize it was. I thought this was the same skyscraper, but this, like you guys said, this is just the pool wall.
When I first saw it, I thought it was a waterfall. I didn't realize that it was like a pool coming out of the building. I thought it was a waterfall.
Yeah, they just got a kick-ass waterfall coming off the top of their building in Myanmar.
I didn't even realize it was a building because I saw it from the front side and I just saw the water come piling down. I didn't know it was even a building when I first saw it.
No, what, Duke? What were you saying?
It's weird. I'm looking at the geography of how far Myanmar is from Bangkok, and it's 818 miles, yet these were the two places that were affected most. So is that like different fault lines? I don't know.
It's also like
it spreads out. You get effects from for quite a distance because like I used to live in Southern California in San Diego, and I was living there whenever it was 89 or 90, whenever they had that big earthquake in San
the World
Francisco.
Series.
With the World Series.
That was crazy to see it live.
And I could feel it. We could feel it where I was, and where I was is a good. I mean, I don't want to say 8-hour drive or something away from there, but we could feel it there. So some of that stuff stretches out.
But it's weird that Bangkok was that,
far away.
There's so much land in between those two areas, but that's weird. I don't know.
Let's see if I can find there's point of view footage.
People swimming in the pool.
Yeah. Do you know where that footage is? I can't. I thought I had that video saved, but I don't, because that's the one that's crazy, or at least suck your nuts up into your throat. Oh boy, that's a little wild. Yeah, this is not the one I'm looking for. All right, we don't even worry about that one. But yeah, there you go. Myanmar earthquake.
There we go. I sent it.
You got it. Sweet.
Well, I didn't send it.
And then we'll jump around.
I sent it now. Here you go.
It says Rip Clump.
It just looks like a cute little wave pool, like at the water park.
Just having a little good time, having a little fun,
People are having fun, drinking a Coke by the pool. It's all good.
Shit, I'm not drinking, I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Oh!
Man, I cannot wait, by the way, till I get to the new area. We won't have this internet bullshit going on. Because it makes no sense how you guys, I'm talking to you guys no problem via internet, but I'm having a hard time loading the internet.
Well, I'll just drum roll it infinitely until I figure it out.
You might be drum rolling for a while.
Christ.
Let's see if I can.
Insane.
How about...
By the way, in the chat, they're saying fuck Applebee's. And I don't take kindly to those words. No, actually, Applebee's does.
We got it!
There you go.
Finally. Holy shit.
So you're swimming along, right?
This is not a wave pool. We must go. We don't need the noise. Look at this idiot just sitting there. Can you imagine how much you're swaying
What'd you do?
What a Coca-Cola commercial, too. Coke.
I know. This is a great Coke commercial.
When there's an earthquake happening, enjoy a refreshing Coca-Cola. Real man of genius. I think the tippy top of a building is the last place you want to be during an earthquake, right? Would you agree?
Oh, fuck yeah.
These people seem pretty chill about it. This is cool.
Yeah. Whoa. Well,
until it wasn't.
People are stupid because when you're filming through your phone, you feel like it's not real. As Cranston was talking about how they were filming the skyscraper, the guy's on his phone.
Yeah.
It's almost like when you're looking through that screen there, it's like, I'm immortal. Nothing's going to affect me. I'm just filming this thing. I'm not actually up on the top of the building. I'm
It's
fine.
like me at concerts now. I don't need to look at the band. I can just film it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then I'll go back and I'll... You know what everyone says? Tell me they don't say this. I'm filming it so I can go back and watch the memories, right?
Yeah.
Nobody goes back and watches the memories. It's just there and it just disappears. Come on.
No, they're doing it for the likes.
Right?
It's like they're doing it for the likes. But
Yeah.
like, there's like been a thing with people.
Yeah,
like,
obviously.
I saw somebody at the there was somebody at the Grand Canyon. They were doing that. They
You
were,
don't
like,
think they're doing it for the
climbing forward
dislikes?
more to get a better like vantage point. They like fell down and fell in the Grand Canyon and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, people that have fallen off cliffs trying to get.
Everybody
like, a
wants the
better picture,
likes.
Like
The
Yeah,
views.
like-
They want the views. Oh my God. That's the first thing people are thinking of. Not like, how can I get to say, imagine it's September 11th, 2001, but we had smartphones already. Half of those people above the impact point would be all on their phones filming down. We'd have a couple of selfie videos like, all right, I'm about to jump off. Here I go. You know what I mean? Like, it would be such a...
like streams from the planes too.
Yeah. So our plane just got hijacked. I'm so nervous. I don't know what to do. You know, it'd be like, what are we doing? You guys are crazy. But
It would have even been worse because they would have been on their phones, and like the second plane would have been like the first plane crashed into the towers. They would at least know what was going on because the other planes didn't even know what the fuck was going on. They were just treating it like a normal hostage situation.
well, United 93 knew what was going on. That's why they crashed the plane, Cranston. As per the United States
You
government.
believe that?
As
You
per the
believe
United
that
States
they weren't
government.
shot down.
Oh, yeah. Of all the conspiracy theories, let me tell you, the thing that happened in Pennsylvania, I'm like, like, they had stories out that a female fighter pilot, she was like, listen, I went out on my aircraft that day, and I didn't have time to get ammo in my plane, but I knew that if I got in contact with this passenger plane, I was gonna bump it out of the sky. Her words. This is a legit thing. You can look it up. But by the time she got there, it already crashed.
Yeah.
It's already gone. So I'm definitely
noticed, but people aren't very bright. Oh, sorry. Everybody in our chat just left. They're all conspiracy theorists.
If you're military, a lot of that stuff you're not allowed to talk about anyway. I knew people that
Right.
were at the Pentagon, and I knew somebody in like Langley, Virginia for 9/11 that were Air Force, and I swear they know more about it than they're allowed to say because
Right.
I've had them like put on one of those conspiracy videos with me and like
Oh,
be
no.
like, pay attention to this part, but they're not allowed to tell me anything. Like, they would put on
So
this
they'll
video,
just,
and they
like,
would be
tap you and-
yeah, and they would be like, "Hey, pay attention to this." I don't know for sure, but it just felt like he was trying to tell me, like, "Hey, like hint, like you know."
Yeah,
You're not allowed to say anything.
of all the things on 9/11, you got Building 7 and you got United 93. I don't believe the towers were brought down by a controlled demolition. When you look at the fucking architecture of the thing, when you look at the false
Right.
facade, the
People
structure.
just don't understand architecture.
Yeah.
But I have always thought that plane got shot down because they knew at that point where it was going, and they weren't going to let it, you know,
Right.
hit it something else. I feel like
it was the
would have been
last
bad
one.
PR.
It was the
It would have
last
been
one.
bad- Yeah, and it would have been really bad PR for them to say we shot it down. So they weren't going to come out and say we shot it down. They shot it down and then come up with some other
some nice
that it
story
just
how
crashed.
how the passengers got together and they brought the plane down like we're gonna
because that's a better story for the news than to say the Air Force shot it down. They don't want their, you know, it's a better story that the passengers rose up and they got these guys to crash the plane. And this is Unsolved Mysteries. I'm Robert.
Sorry, I hit the wrong one.
They may be at a house near you.
Which is wild, which also makes you double back on the, it just makes you double guess, like, well, if I can consider this a conspiracy and I know they lied about that, why can't I extend my imagination to the first 3 incidents that happened, the 2 tower attacks and the Pentagon one? But it's just like, I don't know. Something about the Philadelphia, the Pennsylvania plane crash just seems like we know, yeah, we didn't want to let that go any further than it did, and we shot that out of the sky. The Pentagon one, I'm not sure about. That's a weird fucking hole in the middle, how it made such a perfect hole, how they took away all the fucking security cameras around that area. The plane knocked over telephone poles, but when you look at the aircraft that crashed into the Empire State Building, that did make a perfectly circular hole too. So there's a big thing that the thing that hit the Pentagon was a missile, not a plane, but
we're still trying to figure it out.
I'm not in with that
years
one.
Later.
I'm not in that one. They don't want us to figure it out. That's why we can't figure it out. You know, if Trump could have just released the 9/11 files, fuck the JFK files, fuck everything else. Where's the 9/11 files? Here's what happened.
Trump will release them probably in his like 3rd or 4th year. Just wait. He's got to go in order. He started with JFK, and eventually it'll be like the aliens, and then it'll be MLK, and then it'll be 9/11. He's got to go in order.
Here's a conspiracy theory that I do believe about 9/11, and then we'll move on. I do believe, you know, the FBI, the United States government was always getting, hey, this could happen, like these threats all the time.
Yeah, they've been
so either they were confused, or me personally, I think they say, wait, it's going to happen what day? And they look the other way.
That was always the theory that I had, was that they knew it was going to go down.
They allowed it.
They just allowed it to go down so that they would have an excuse to go into Afghanistan and Iraq.
Which would explain why when that guy told Bush didn't react as if somebody, he almost reacted as if like, oh my God, it's happening, as opposed to, wait, what just happened? He just sat there kind of like, you know what I mean? Like it was a different type of reaction.
Yeah, and they tried to say it was not to scare the kids. Like, so it's like you're the guy who has control of the nuclear codes. You're the president, and you're going to sit there for 15 to 20 minutes with the kids to not scare them, instead of saying, I'm sorry, I have to go, and you get up and go do your job. I mean, like in the nuclear age, that's like 15, 20 minutes could be like a big thing. That's the time for a nuke to get launched. But so now let's sit here and read My Pet Goat with those fucking little kids.
And the owner of WTC takes out an insurance loan or something like that, like days before the towers goes down. Like, come on, there's something here. And that's why I know people get worked up about a conspiracy, because there are these blanks that need to be filled in, and you can really fill them in, you know, with whatever way you come at it.
It's like an art project.
Right.
Yeah, with fucking random shit.
Like the intelligence agencies had like memos like, Bin Laden is standing right behind you, and like they didn't do anything. Like they literally like had memos like, Bin Laden is going to attack on this date and this time, and like
they were
like
in cahoots with them as far as oil, right? They were like friends with the family? With the
Bro, we were hooking up Afghanistan with weapons to fight Russia back in the day. Like we love ourselves a good proxy war until we don't need you anymore. So yeah, most definitely we were close with Afghanistan and stuff like that. Like you're very, but to think that the U.S. government didn't know anything, but you go back to that day. If you want to look this up, you can. I'm going to be very brief on this, but there is a documentary from A&E. It's called The Man Who Predicted 9/11. And it's not about any woo-woo stuff. It's about this one gentleman who worked for Morgan Stanley, and he was the head security advisor for Morgan Stanley. He was there during the 90s, and he went through the first World Trade Center attack. And he was like, I cannot have this happen again. I need to have my office better prepared. And he got with he was in Vietnam, and he got together with his Vietnam buddy, and he said, listen, I need to protect my people here. I know another terrorist attack is gonna happen, but how is it gonna happen? And they brainstormed, and dude, no bullshit, it's facts. They said, well, they already attacked from the ground, so the next wave they're gonna attack, it's gonna be from the air. It's gonna and after they dialed this, okay, this is how it might happen. For years, I would probably say for about 5 to 6 years, this guy, I forget his name. I wish I knew his name because he's a fucking awesome dude. He, every month, every week, whatever it was, he would have these drills where the whole Morgan Stanley floor would evacuate from the World Trade Center. And everybody, like the floors above him, the floors below would laugh. What are you guys doing? You're wasting your fucking time. You guys, you're just as silly as shit. I tell you what, the day of 9/11, every Morgan Stanley person except for 3 people got out of that building because of that guy and his foresight. Yep. He went back in to get the last 3 people, and he died in the building. So he unfortunately perished, but a lot of people said that was kind of left over from Nam. He had some people, so he was like, I'm not leaving anybody behind. So he did go back in. But if you look that up, this man saved like 1,300 people on 9/11. It's so fucking cool. So just for a normal dude to just kind of ballpark around with his friend, how would another terrorist attack happen? If he could figure that out, I'm sure our U.S. government knew a lot more than what just a normal military guy could figure out, is my point.
And you would figure that the flight schools would have figured out something suspicious too, because these guys took all these hours of flight training.
Yeah, I know.
They told them they didn't need to know like about how to land. It was like they got to the part where we're going to teach you how to land, and they're like, there's no need. No need.
Yeah, no. It's fine. But
Bin Laden was too busy singing Poker Face.
I give them this. Yeah, my poker face. He got no 9/11. But Cranston, I'm sure you're well aware of this too. NORAD and was the FAA? They didn't have direct communications after 9/11. NORAD and the FAA have direct communications. The day of 9/11, the Air Force and the like were actually practicing a drill that was in relation to essentially what was going to happen that day. Not saying they predicted it, but just saying they were doing some test runs. And when all these, we got terrorist attacks happens. If you listen to a lot of these guys calling back to their command tower, to whatever the military fucking tower is, they're like, is this real time or is this practice? Like, they were confused as well. So there's a lot of bullshit that happened that day that now we have a different type of communication between our military, Air Force, and the FAA. Back then we didn't. So you could give them that, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Enough conspiracy shit for now. How about that?
No, go get your tinfoil hat. We're just getting started.
I mean, I don't even think...
Did that guy die yet?
Who?
Did that guy, Chris? Is he okay?
Oh, yeah, I know. He's, well, Chris has cancer. He has advanced stage cancer.
He's had cancer forever.
No, I mean, like, he's bald now. He's got no hair, kind of cancer.
That 4 years ago. How's he doing?
Hey, man, some people have a good immune system. I don't have to tell you. You want him to go?
No, I'd like him on the show.
He's lost his mom. He lost his best friend who lived with him. You found
this guy. He was a smoke shop customer.
Yeah, he would always come and hang out, and he was the biggest conspiracy theorist guy ever. Cranston
Probably lived out
might know him, but this was like an Adam, Eli, and Josh stuck in the middle. It's like one of the first 3 shows.
I probably watched the first 3 shows.
Yeah.
I just
It got a little heated because he got into it with Eli about how the Holocaust was fake.
Bro,
that guy.
Do you remember that weirdo?
Yep.
I remember a little bit about it.
Yeah, Chris is like the craziest conspiracy theorist. So like when he says shit, you just have to laugh. And he's not like so.
He's not rude about it. Yeah, he's not rude about it, but he kind of is by what
you're
the
like. What?
Yeah. Like. You can feel he's not rude about it, but the things he's saying are rude. You know what I mean?
He
like,
really believes that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, dude, I like Jews. I'm just saying they're evil. I'm not. You know. I love
says
them
it in such a nice way that like he'll say it to a Jew's face.
Yeah.
That it's like, wow, okay, I guess, okay, you're a nice enough guy, I guess. It throws people off.
You're fine. You're fine. I got no problem with yous. All right.
Oh, man. Good old Chris. Well, hang in there, buddy. We're shaving our heads in solidarity for you.
Speaking of heads, did you see being a tow truck driver or repo man has to be the fucking craziest job in the world to begin with. But if I'm going to tow your car and then the guy who owns the car is coming out while I'm trying to get up underneath the car, it's just like, I know people don't want their cars towed, right? Like,
so
what am I doing here?
What I always think is like, these guys got like a very short period of time to get that shit hooked up and hurry up and get the fuck out of there before there's a big confrontation. Because nobody takes kindly to their car getting taken away.
Nobody.
You don't know if it's a huge dude. You don't know if it's like an old lady, whatever. But you got to get that shit hooked up and get the fuck out of there, or you're getting in a fight. Or you could get shot. But this, this takes the cake. This is pretty bad.
I tell you.
Memphis is rough, too.
Yep. And, the story I'm about to tell you happened in South Florida. A tow truck driver. One of his employees had to take off for the night, so the owner of the company is doing the tow truck driving that night. He goes to somebody's car. He goes to tow it because it was either in a no parking zone or illegally parked. I forgot exactly what it was, but he hooks up the car. He gets back in his tow truck, and the owner of the car being towed comes right up to the side of the tow truck and shoots him right in the head. The owner wasn't supposed to be working that night. He helped out his employee, and he got killed that night. That's how
I think they said it's like the most dangerous fucking job, and I believe it.
It's got to be. You got to have some balls to do that job because I don't want my car
badass towed. Or ready for a fight.
I used to love that show, South Beach Tow. It used to be on True TV, and they would have like all these like this ghetto people, and they would go like tow their cars, and it would always be like they're towing the car, and then they get in a fight with the owner.
I loved it until I realized. I loved it until I realized it was staged, and I was like, "Fuck! I'm just watching like a Jerry Springer."
Right. It's based on a real company. Like there really is like a Tremont Towing down there, but it's not like what they were filming.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like that.
It didn't last. Like it's been gone for some years now, but it was pretty like popular for like a year or two back in like 2013.
It's like that Patty Mayo guy. You know Patty Mayo, the fake police officer guy who goes around.
That's from Rugrats or that Doug
no, not Patty Mayo, not that one.
No, that was Patty Mayo. That's
right.
No, Doug Funny's girlfriend.
So check this out.
He's probably knocked her up by now.
You guys are gonna freak out. You guys are gonna flip. There's another Patty Mayo.
What?
Whoa. But he does this fake stuff where, remember Kurt? Dude, remember Kurt?
Yeah.
Kurt Gracious? He was helping Patty Mayo out getting people's houses that they wanted to be like, he comes, hey, you got a warrant for your arrest. He comes and he kicks your door down. You got to pretend to run away and shit like that.
Yeah.
That's like the South Beach Tow. But this right here is real beach tow. It ain't South Beach Tow. It's real beach.
Memphis Tow.
Yeah,
Memphis Hood Tow.
It's that real shit. Let's play this video. Watch this poor repo man get his head ran over.
Not totally.
Yeah, we really.
I don't know who to side with here. Like,
yeah, this fucker probably threw one of those orange stickers on my car many a time. You know, and I'm like,
It's kind of
that's what I do. I throw them
business.
stickers on everybody's car.
So you're one of the assholes.
I have to. It's part of my job. I have to.
That's part of my job as an old curmudgeon.
It's literally
Cranston's new nickname is Karen. Cranston Karen. You need to get your car out of here.
It's literally my job. I have to put the stickers on.
He says he has to, like he's being forced to.
He gives him a warning. He's like reasonable.
His warning is silent and there's no eye contact.
I've never had to tow anybody so far. I put the stickers on their window and
they get the message.
I had last week I stickered 3 of them and I told them I was going to tow it in 8 days, and on the 8th day they were all gone.
Hey, and you get pleasure out of it, you sick bastard.
No, there's only 2 people in the whole place that can. It's the president and the vice president are the only ones who can do it.
I'm giving you shit.
I'm one of the ones who has
Just
to do
don't be one of those assholes that gets pleasure out of fucking people over. You know.
I gotta push I think something's going on with my Ethernet. I got to push the cord back in real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully
Stick it in real quick.
Hopefully we don't get lost.
Stick it in, because I'm tired of you.
15 seconds.
By the way, that's what my sister used to say to her ex-boyfriend. She used to say when, like, she wasn't feeling the sex and she just wanted to get fucked real quick. Don't ask me why I know this. The reason is my sister's a slut and she likes to volunteer information against my will. But she would be like, yeah, I don't feel like it tonight. My back's hurting. Just stick it in because I'm tired of you. Oh, my God. How nasty is that? That's not very, like, appealing. Like, you're trying to get it on. Some girl's like, just stick it in because I'm tired of you. So, yeah, we got Garrett in the chat. We're talking about Patty Mayo. I didn't know there was another one. They were talking about earlier IHOP being a piece of shit.
They were talking about there's supposed to be a merger between like Applebee's and IHOP where they have like where they're supposed to be both in the same restaurant. I don't know how it works if one side is IHOP and one side's Applebee's, or the whole restaurant is both, or IHOP's in the morning and Applebee's is at lunch. I don't know how.
Remember they were gonna change it to IHOB. I think that was a couple. I think that was a couple April Fools ago.
The only time I go to IHOP is if it's like
glitch?
a rare situation where it's like where I'm like I'm out doing something and it's 1 o'clock in the morning and that's the only thing that's open or something, like, you know, then that would be when I would go there.
All right, let's watch this TMZ thing. RepoMan get his head ran over. Did they repossess his skull? Maybe that's what happened.
You're gonna repossess his soul.
See, he's like, I gotta get this done quick. Hurry the fuck up. They're coming.
Oh, my fuck.
Ooh. How did he survive that?
Did we see the guy run out? So he didn't see him, right? We did? Did he see him or no?
I don't know. It looked like he saw him.
Right now,
no.
Right now he's not out, is he? Did he run out already or no? He did. Oh my God, he ran out.
So he did see him
at the fucking beginning.
So it's a race with time. He's like, we gotta fucking.
That's not a race. I want to fucking.
No, man.
Whoa. He sees him coming out, bro. I guess at that point you're like, nobody's gonna, like, you feel like immortal, like you're filming this from your phone kind of thing. Like, that's not gonna happen to me.
Oh,
holy fuck, bro. With audio. Let's go.
Oh. How did it not squish like a watermelon?
He's so lucky. He's lucky. It almost looked like it kind of went over like his chest a little bit too, not just his head, but
yeah, that's probably why his head did implode.
And like, what a horrible driver too, by the way. He just sits there like, bro, you ran over a man's head. You gotta go. You gotta get out of here. You can't just sit here and look around, make sure he's okay, bro. You gotta beat feet, man. You gotta kick rocks.
He's trying to back out into a building.
He's kind of stuck though, right? He can't go between the cars, so he has to do like a 13-point turn to finally get parallel to the wall here to go behind these two cars. But he did stop for a hot second, and the wife and Pick is like, all right, you ran over the man's head, but just watch out. Okay, just go back that way. Like, she's still trying to help, but like be like a little empathetic to it at the same time. And just like, it's hard because she wants to help her boyfriend and not the repo man.
I don't know. He might have luckily gotten grazed. I don't know. Did he get off the?
He gets out of there. Wow. Like the car gets out of there. He's like, you going to jail?
I'm not. I'm out.
And the guy's like, yeah, but you going to the hospital? See you.
Yeah. Oof.
Fuck. Let me see.
Thank you, dashboard cam.
Yeah, TMZ shows some of his injuries here.
Yeah, I'm curious about that.
Right there. There you go.
Okay.
It is. It's on the fucking temple. You know, like that's like a
tender spot.
yeah, that's like a toothpaste tube. But that's right there, man. You're so close. It going pop.
Try
He's
that
gonna
shit
have,
in a
like-
small town.
He's gonna have brain damage like later in life, like the boxers.
I got Dane damage, man. He's got a neck brace on. Like, now I feel like we're kind of milking it a little. Like the guy who's like, I'm being rude to him. I'm saying he's milking. He just got his head run over. Like, now I feel like he's milking it with the neck brace. Like, all right, dude, we get it.
Milking.
You got a headache. Take some Advil, bro. Come on, man.
Don't be a pussy.
I like he's still got like a gangster picture with the neck
Yeah,
brace
he's
on.
got that thug look. He's like, try that
So-
shit again. I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker.
He is like 50 Cent though, but instead of bullets, it's cars. You know, like he got ran
It's
over, not
tires.
shot. Yeah, it's tires.
50 wheels.
Yeah, 50 wheels.
His
I'm-
name's Four Wheels.
50 tired. 50 tired, bro.
Tired of this shit. I'm
Dude.
getting a new fucking job. I ain't doing this
And
shit.
police are still looking for the guy.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, how do you still look? I mean, maybe they
Well,
can't.
they didn't get the license plate.
But he did. But he's got that Dane Bramage. I don't
Wait,
remember
no,
the
he didn't
license
get the
plate.
license plate.
What are you talking about? Of
You would
course he did.
figure
He went to go
gets
tow
it
the
before
car.
He starts hooking the car up.
Yeah, that's how he knows
didn't
which
jot it
car it
down.
is.
They would have found him otherwise. Think
No.
about it.
See, the thing is, he did jot it down, but it's that Dane Bramage kind of coming back to. I can't find it. I can't find it. Now he's what's his name
Where'd
from
he
Of
go?
Mice
Which
and
way
Men.
did he go, George?
Yeah. Now he's George from Of Mice and Men. I towed a
Which way
car,
did he
dude.
go?
I swear, I towed a car. I could tow real good cars. You know the problem is though, they called the cops, but little did this guy know that the chief of police was he was busy. The cops were actually the whole police station was in a frenzy, not because a RepoMan's head was just run over. It was because, believe it or not, the chief of police, his favorite musical act is Gigi Allen. And I don't know if you know. I don't know if you know who Gigi Allen is, but Gigi Allen
Yeah, the
loves him
pooping
some poop.
Micro penis guy.
Loves him some poop, bro. Yeah, and micro peen, which would make sense why he liked to poop so much.
Yeah.
Kind of all I
He
got.
loved cutting himself. He loved fighting people in the crowd and throwing poop at him. He's a hell of a punk rock artist.
I hope you all are ready for a doozy.
Oh, dude. If it's poop, I'm in.
Oh yeah. Oh. Wee-hoo! Oh, it's more than poop. Where's my word pad at? There's my word pad. New Jersey police chief goes full Gigi Allen at work. That's right. Wait a minute. Where's my fucking papers at? Where's my papers at?
He needs his poo-poo papers. Give him his
Poo-poo
poo-poo
paper.
papers.
There you go. It says New Jersey
Papers.
Papers. Get the papers. Tony two times.
Yes,
2 times.
once again, it's the legendary poop hour.
Yes.
With your favorite poopcast.
We got poop coming and we got farts coming your way. Get ready to plug those noses, everybody. It's going to get stinky in here. All right. It says a New Jersey police chief has been accused of basically going full Gigi Allen at work, allegedly defecating on the station floors, attacking a coworker's penis with a hypodermic needle,
What?
and many other sordid
What the
acts.
fuck?
That's right.
Many more.
Sordid. What does sordid mean? Like an assortment? What is a sordid act? SORDID.
Yeah, an
What's sordid?
assortment.
No. Is that what sordid is?
Oh, that's a misspelling.
No. Can you look it up, producer?
Okay, I'll look it up.
Sordid. SORDID. No. SORDID. No A. Sordid. SORDID. Sordid acts.
Oh, okay. This would be involving ignoble actions or motives, arousing moral distaste or contempt. And I'll give you a sample sentence. The story paints a sordid picture of bribes and scams.
I feel like we could say Nothing Funny is a sordid show of topics and humor, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
usually is.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Actually, we can say that.
We learned something new here today. It's
says-
not just poops and farts all the time.
It's crimes. It's crimes.
Yeah.
It says five
vocabulary.
vocabulary. 5 officers, and by the way, the man's last name is Farley. Shout out Tommy Boy, 30th anniversary to his brother Christopher Farley. Well played. So 5 officers of the North Bergen Police Department has filed legal complaints against police chief Robert Farley. They're preparing to sue Farley for discrimination, harassment, using racial slurs, retaliation, sexual misconduct, and a violation of civil rights. Sounds like my Tuesday, boys.
And then at the end, they're like, "What'd you do?"
What'd you do? It says, Farley has fostered a workplace environment that's hilarious. No, I didn't say that. Characterized by inappropriate behavior and so-called practical jokes that are demeaning, demoralizing, and targeted.
Hey, I'm just joking. It's just a prank, bro. It's just
just a prank.
It's just a goof.
Damn, dude, you're fucking. Now you're beating me on.
It's just a prank.
Just a prank. It was a goof. It's from the 10.
When I put that hypodermic needle in your dick, it was just a joke. Forget about it.
It says, so according to his colleagues, Farley, who's been with the department for 26 years, has embarked on a truly Herculean bender. Herculean. Have you ever heard of a bender called Herculean bender?
Yeah, that would be a Farley-esque,
I'm on a Herculean bender.
Prostitutes and death.
He's on a Herculean bender of despicable behavior since being appointed chief in February 2024. He's been further accused of spiking officers' coffee with Viagra and Adderall, ripping a television off the wall and smashing it, smearing door handles with ink, poking holes in coffee cups, and shaving his body hair all over work desks.
Oh my God.
Huh?
That is correct.
What does this guy do? You're a police
life
officer.
Of the party. I love this guy.
This guy has never left the frat boy stage. He's a police guy, but also frat boy. It says culinary pranks seem to hold a particular sway over Farley. He's been accused of sneaking dangerously hot peppers into his coworkers' meals, and in one case, he apparently microwaved one such meal, creating fumes so noxious that the fire department had to vent the building. Dude, this guy's amazing. I want this guy as my fucking boss.
Unfortunately, in the corporate world, and especially in that field, I don't think that really flies.
He just constantly fucking with people trying to do like noble jobs. Hey,
I mean, I could see somebody you got a prankster like that at work. It's just weird that it's like the chief of police that's doing it.
He's like, dude, I don't know if you heard, but he would put Viagra and Adderall in people's water. You got a boner, bro. Look how focused you are. You're so focused right now.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Where'd you get that Adderall from? Oh, I got the Adderall from, what's it called? I got the Adderall from evidence. Look at you.
I got you, man.
Yo.
Oh, shit. Was that fentanyl? Fuck.
Whoa, I pooped everywhere. It says, so now here are some direct quotes from the complaints. Unfortunately, it doesn't stop there. Take a look at some direct quotes from the legal complaints. Chief Farley has, on several occasions, pulled his pants down and defecated on the floor in front of the entire office staff.
That is correct.
Yo, you guys want to see some shit? They're like, yeah. He's like, check this out. No. Damn, I didn't know you really meant shit, dude.
This guy's the shit.
On a separate occasion, he allegedly pooped in a trash can and refused to clean it for several days. Like, no, that's going to stay there.
That is correct.
Y'all see the joke I did? Look in the trash can. Look in the trash can. You smell the joke I did?
Oh.
Hell yeah. Of course, this draws some obvious parallels to punk rocker and known coprophiliac.
Yeah, he's the G.G. Allin of the police force, huh?
Did you ever know this word? A coprophiliac? Coprophiliac? You know that word or no?
No.
I think it's someone who likes shit. A coprophiliac, G.G. Allin. And there's more. And what about so remember it said he chased a guy around, threatening him with a hypodermic needle in his penis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, I love that. That's the best joke ever, dude. Hey.
Okay, coprophilia is having a sexual fetish.
With poop?
So he gets some sort of like sexual pleasure out of scat play.
He loves it.
Yeah, it's not like just a prank. It's like, oh, fuck, that's fucking hot.
And like he shames other people. He's like, yo, there's shit on the floor. You got a boner. Ew, dude. It's like,
rub it on his dick.
You dose my water with Viagra, man. Come on. No. You like poop stuff, bro. Look at your boner, dude. I'm going to tell everyone else, oh, weirdo.
So he's probably got like somebody, or he's arresting somebody, and they're like, I got to use the bathroom. I'm going to end up shitting my pants.
Wait,
and he's
save
like,
it.
Oh, he's like, oh, really?
Yeah. Do you?
Really not get in the bathroom now.
May I
And then
watch?
you hear, and then he starts fucking getting a boner.
Yeah, you hear the tent slowly rising.
Wow, what a fucking weirdo.
It says,
Not only did the chief not let my client use the bathroom till he defecated on himself, but he also got a boner when he did.
yeah.
That is correct.
Yeah, how's that guy so cool like that? Hey, yo, put that boner away, man. We can't be that cool. All right, calm down. It says
I can't get over that he's a Farley too.
Yeah, I know. He's literally the brother to Farley. Lottie freaking die. He just keeps falling through coffee tables and shit. Yeah. Should I arrest this guy? That is correct.
What'd you do?
You know how when the cops racially murder a man, and then the chief goes, "What'd you do?"
Yeah.
Like this is it.
Fat guy in a little coat.
He just comes. I'm gonna lighten the mood. Fat guy in a little coat. It says, and what about the hypodermic needle debacle? Michael F. Darren, who worked for Farley's office in 2023, wrote, Chief Farley chases me around his office. After cornering me in the filing area with no further room for retreat, he sticks a hypodermic needle through my jeans into the tip of my penis.
That is correct.
Yo, this is a guy who takes pranks too far.
It's just a prank.
It's a prank, dude. It's just a needle in your dick tip. It's fine. Doesn't matter.
That's crazier than the poop to me.
Can you go
really
arrest
is.
black people now? Please get out of here. Okay, come on.
She got something to do.
Yeah.
That's not a prank. That's like fucking assault. Or
Yeah,
some shit,
that's
man.
assault, brother.
You know?
It says, according to these allegations, Farley is definitely not ashamed of his body. His co-workers also accused him of disrobing in front of the whole office and saying, hey, look, it's bigger than you thought, right?
Oh, shit.
That is
It's the police
correct.
chief, Memphis. Yeah. This guy's awesome. This guy should keep his job.
Yeah.
Hey, huh? Bigger than it looks, right?
Downstairs. Where the fuck are you?
Yeah, the chief is showing his dick again. It's just,
It was funny at first until he started
Yeah.
touching himself and playing with the poop. It just got weird.
he's literally shitting in the middle of coffee tables now. Like, I don't even get the joke anymore.
Yeah.
It's
the
just
joke is
uncalled
long.
for from the chief. Like, I could understand if it was from like a sergeant or a fucking, a regular patrolman, but not the chief. That's too high up for that.
Well, Cranston, if you aren't mistaken, remember they say if you don't use it, you lose it. So he's trying to make sure he keeps us funny. I'm a funny guy. Come on. Look at this shit in the middle of your coffee desk, right? That's a good one. Thank you.
That guy's
Thank you,
a
Mr.
legend.
Police Chief. Yeah,
But I don't
If
think
he
he'll be
goes to-
employed.
When he goes to like court to testify with the guys that he arrested, he probably like spiking, putting Viagra in the judge's fucking water and
Yeah.
shit too. The judge, he's like,
Come on, isn't it funny?
Hey,
Come
Judge,
on, don't
I
you
see. Hey, Judge, I see you're calling for order with the court with your gavel there. But what about your huge, massive boner that I spiked? Order! Ah, you got me again, Police Chief Farley. What if?
Yeah.
But what if he was endearing? Like, you bastard, you got me again, Farley. You joker, you.
That's how I picture it. Like the judge is probably
All
like
charges
the
are
fifth time
dropped.
it's happened that week.
He's a good guy. Come on.
He's like, the judge is like, who put Viagra in my coffee? The Chief's like, it was you. Chief, it was you again. I should have known.
Yeah.
This is the fifth time this week. If it was
stands up.
somebody else, I would have been
Order!
pissed. But I should have known it was
Farley, and he's like, he's like, you son of a bitch, get out of here, you bastard. Look at you. Oh, he's making my dick hard.
Who that?
It's an alarm.
calling?
It's an alarm.
Damn it.
My
we
phone
should get
works.
somebody on here.
Do we want to throw up the number? We can throw up the number.
Yeah, Jen, give us some kinky talk. You were talking about you had some sex stories.
Talk.
I'd like to hear that.
Talk. I have to do one thing real quick and make sure we got the
Pee-pee.
number. No. I have to just Google voice this bad boy.
You have to
real
put
quick.
a needle in your dad's dick real quick.
I got to go chase him around with a hypodermic needle. Come on. It's just a tip. What's the big
Come
deal?
on, it's a goof. It's a fucking goof.
It was a goof. Okay, it was a goof. The number 5463455. Let me write this title down.
By the way, if you guys do your research, Gigi Allen was a wild motherfucker. And when he died of a drug overdose, actually, he didn't. He was always on drugs. Did he, or did he get beat to death?
No, he died of drug overdose.
Okay.
If you
so
watch
in
that
his
last
coffin,
video,
everybody slipped drugs on his corpse and all sorts of crazy ass shit in his jockstrap. And
they were hooking him up with the goods. Let's see.
Fun fact: the first Todd Phillips movie ever was a Gigi Allen documentary, which was pretty wild.
954
Pretty wild.
5463455 Boom.
Catch a niner in there.
Niner, Roger, Dodger, Niner. See if we can do this a better way. All right, if you guys do feel like calling, anybody out there in awesome YouTube land or Rumble land, give us a holler. The number will be up on your screen momentarily, I believe. There it is. Yeah, right there. There you go. Right there. Right there down in the corner. 954-546-3455.
What the fuck is this kid suffer shit? You see that on the screen?
Kids suffer.
If you call that number, kids will suffer.
Yeah, kids suffer under Putin. Oh, kids suffer under Putin.
Okay.
Good.
Very important to have full context.
Thank God I found that out. Under Putin? No, I'm changing things around now then. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Kids suffer under Loudwire presents.
And by the way, the number, I feel like for the next few shows, we're just going to have it up there. Don't feel obliged to call as what we're talking about. Whatever you want to talk about, you're the one who gets to make the conversation when you call that number 954-546-3455. That's 954-546-3455. Talk to us. Talk to Nothing Funny. Give us a holla.
Remember, it's $19.95 for the first minute and $15.95 each additional minute. So make sure you have your credit card ready when you call.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, we need that money. We need that rent money.
It's free. It's free. They're just messing with you. It's free.
It's free. Well, it's a collect call. We'll eat the charges.
We promise. We promise. Let's move on, shall we?
Collect call from Broward County Jail.
Kids suffer, huh? It's Farley. It's Deputy fucking Farley again.
Yeah, it's going to be collect call from New Jersey. This is the chief.
What'd you do?
Yeah. You covering my story?
Giving
up my secrets?
Can I, last week we had a topic called when is it okay to joke or not?
Never.
May I bring up a topic to see if we can joke about this one?
We can't.
I might be triggered.
All right. Well, Duke, you're always
Did
triggered.
we establish last time that anything is able to be joked about now?
No, we
that
didn't.
what
Not
this is?
necessarily. Not necessarily.
Who's
We-
the goose? Me. I'm the
You're
goose.
the
I guess.
goose. You're the goose. Let's see if we can joke about this one, boys. Let's see what you guys got. I know I got one joke in the tank, but Duke will probably steal that one too,
No.
as he does.
Or
as
I'll
he
just
does.
shit on it so it doesn't actually get to the punchline. Yeah.
Listen.
My
We
bad.
love shit jokes here. So this is kind of a bummer.
If this has to do with fucking death or cat
does.
death, fuck it, man. Yeah, this is great.
We're kind of on a death roll right now. You know, Tommy
Yeah.
Boy's dead. Val Kilmer's dead. You know,
The earthquake
that
people.
that
fucking-
police chief has killed humor because nobody likes his poop humor. A fire has killed a cat sanctuary owner and at least 100 cats. They're thinking this to be yes.
Finally. Finally, a feel-good story.
Maybe we can hashtag this video with our other cat videos, like, and I said ring-a-ding, Fluffy. I said ring-a-ding. And people were so mad that we made fun of that stupid asshole and his dumb cat. He's like the cat waited like 17 hours and 5 minutes to save him. And he's like, my cat saved my life. Ring-a-ding, Fluffy. The cat didn't give a shit, bro. He's just like, yo, I'm hungry.
He just
so-
wanted food.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. The cat waited until he
Fine.
got hungry, and the cat was like, well, I can either eat some cat food or I can eat this old man here when he croaks. So
But
I'll
that's
go
gonna
ahead and
take
give
too
him his
long.
phone.
Now,
I'll go ahead and do the ring-a-ding.
people were mad at our discussion on the topic of the lady unaliving her dog. Well, you cannot joke about that. Duke was mad at me. You cannot make jokes about this. This is not funny. Okay.
Nothing.
So we're going to
Nothing's fun.
see if people have the same empathy about dogs as they do cats. Maybe it's just the dog thing and people could give zero fucks about cats. But
One dog death versus how many cats?
100.
That's about even.
Yeah, it's about on point. So this guy, Chris Arsenault, loved pussy. Loved pussy. Loved pussy.
Arsenal.
I'm
Arsenal.
gonna have to go ahead and sort
Right.
of disagree with you there.
This guy, his last name is Arsenal. He's got an arsenal of cats.
Arsenault.
Arsenault. Okay.
Arsenault. Arsenault. Loved pussy. Went back in to a house fire to save pussy.
Yeah.
Did not save
No.
pussy. He saved a lot of pussy, but he perished along with 100 cats.
Hey, if you're dying in a pile of pussy, that's not so bad, right? Am
See?
I right?
The jokes are coming. Like,
Okay, I'm coming too.
if this was the dog day afternoon, like it was in Orlando a few days ago,
day after-
Duke would have been like, you can't do this. It's not cool. But a second cats get murdered, he's like, yup, let's make jokes. Nothing's off limits.
Cat murderer here.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it's kind of bummer though, right? You know, we're trying to make light of something that's a bummer, but this
Or
guy,
is it a good start?
It's a
100
great
dead
start.
Cats.
100 dead cats, it's kind of like a dead babies joke.
Yeah.
What's better than 100 dead cats? 101 dead cats. You know what I'm talking
There
about?
you go.
Yes, sir. So in 2006, this man lost his 24-year-old son via a motorcycle accident.
Oh, that is sad.
Right. Now, what a lot of people don't know is that the motorcycle was T-boned by a car. That car was driven by a cat. The cat was driving the car.
the cat.
Toons is the cat.
Oh,
Bam!
you're driving the car?
Yep, the cat was driving the car.
fuck? What is this, Looney Tunes?
Yep. This is so this is where the guy was like, you know, I don't like cats. The cats killed my son, but he stumbled upon an area of cats. He's like, you know what? Let me help these like 10 cats here. It was like an outside area. I don't know how to put it. It was just like it was a feral stray cat. He's like, I'm gonna, you know what? Y'all may have murdered my son in cold blood because cats suck. Okay.
Yep.
But I'm going to try to revive these 10 cats here. And in that reviving of 10 cats, he said, you know what? I'm going to make a cat sanctuary where he ended up having always about 200 to 300 cats.
When you said cat sanctuary, I thought you were saying about to say cat sandwich. I was like,
Cat sandwich.
That's what I thought he was
Speaking
about
of
to
Farley.
say.
See, like, I always thought, like, it was like bros. Like, what's up, cat? What's up, cat? It's me and my cats over there hanging out. I thought, like, he just had a bunch of dudes hanging out with him, but it was actually felines. Feed the lions. Feed the
The cats
lions.
actually own the house. He's
Yeah.
just like their tenant.
The cats pay the mortgage. 200 of them. All they each got to pay is about $1 a week, and they're all good. That's 200 cats, though, paying $1 a week. It's $200 a week. It's actually a pretty good business. This guy was actually exploiting cats for their money, which a lot of people don't understand. Yeah. But, okay, that's enough BSing around. They are believing that this was an arson. So somebody started the fire. Yeah, purposely. So it was this guy's house. So this is a neighborhood. It's a residential neighborhood.
A dog lover.
And he turned his dog mansion into a cat suicide area.
Jesus Christ.
Yep. He said, so
all the conspiracy.
So there is a fundraiser set up, and believe it or not, it's got a lot of money. They're looking for like $500,000, and I think it's got like close to that. This is not the right one. Jaeger's Run. This is a different one, but the GoFundMe has almost cleared it. So people are really the story's hitting home. People are helping out. Other rescues are coming in to take over these cats because 100 cats died, but there's still 200 cats remaining that did live, unfortunately. So there's a lot of cats that really you gotta juggle some cats here. We gotta figure out where these pussies are going. So bummer. I was trying to make jokes there.
Go to the link and donate. Jen's asking because she's like actually a animal lover and believe
Animal lover.
Yeah. Animal fucker. No, I don't know. But
Jen, we're animal lovers here too, so don't mind the jokes. That's how we
I gave him $1.
Exactly. It's how we
throw $1 in there.
It's how we get through shitty situations. I really wish I could. If you look up Happy Cat Sanctuary GoFundMe, Jen, I believe you'll be able to find it because what I just pulled up was not the right one. But look up Happy Cat Sanctuary GoFundMe and you'll be able to find it for sure.
If you go to Nothing Funny Patreon, there's a link for the cat sanctuary. You just click on that and then donate. You know, I would say start out with like $1,000.
Right.
You know,
like
it'll direct you. It'll direct you. Yeah.
Just give it right to us. Just give it right to us. Is what you're saying?
Oh man, yes.
I said, don't ask no questions.
Just
give the money.
Just give them. Just give the money.
So
that's a bummer. We
on
can't
a serious
find the,
side note, like it kind of makes more sense now that this guy had a sanctuary because if you lose a child, you know, like a lot of people, not necessarily just losing a child, but like let's say your kids grow up and they move away. What do people usually do? They end up getting a million fucking pets to fill that void, that empty nest syndrome.
Look at that.
Or drugs.
So they or
drugs. Alcohol.
Or drugs.
Or
Yeah,
both.
that'll work.
You know,
Some people,
crack.
cats do it for them. So
it really is, dude. It's no bullshit. It really is one or the other. By the way, Ping Yang, $5,000. Way to go, Ping Yang. Ping Yang actually said, you know what? I'm not gonna eat cats anymore for like a month. So way to go, Ping Yang. But
thanks for giving up the cats.
A lot of people, I mean, that's a $710,000 goal, and they've raised $566,000. So they've actually raised the goal since then. A lot of people love cats. Don't fuck with cats. Damn, that's a bummer.
Not as much as dogs.
Not as much as dogs. I guarantee you.
That's the hypothesis here, right? We're trying to prove that people care more about one dead dog than they do, 100 dead cats.
We need to pick up the jokes though, because we had a lot more jokes on the dead dog
there's not
one.
much there.
Okay, right now all we got is he loved pussy. Anything else? Anybody else got some jokes here?
No, I mean there's nothing there. It's just
come on.
What do you got?
I had my one. He loved pussy. So I mean,
yeah,
I'm one and you guys are O. You know,
I did pile of pussy, but it's the same joke.
kind of piggybacking on mine, though.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I mean, that's all I got. This guy.
You get a
good for
0.5. You get a 0.5.
Guy
Cranston,
love this pussy.
any cat jokes? Anything?
Yeah, their existence. It's a fucking joke.
Hey-oh. Yeah, it's a bummer, right? You know, your kid dies. You're like, you know what? Cats. I'm saving cats now. It's like, well.
Wrong mammal died.
Yeah, wrong mammal died. So R.I.P. to Chris Arsenault. Conspiracy. Those cats actually didn't die.
Do we know that he actually perished?
That building was actually a confirmed demolition.
The cats had him whacked. That's what I think.
The cats did it.
Did the cats have this dumbass killed?
It's a
Or
difficult
was he just
situation,
idiot?
Chris. You're not feeding us like you should have been. And now we're fucking here. We can't fucking shit in our box anymore. It's a difficult situation for you. You're putting us in a bad spot, Chris. Help us out, Chris. Because if not, we're going to take you out. Okay? We're going to take you out, Chris.
By the way, I had a interesting sidebar today. So the unsolved mysteries, we always use that shit.
Yep.
And I saw a meme today that said, you know what's even creepier that got my hair to stand on the back of my neck was when they had the fucking update. Do you remember the update theme?
What's the
like
update?
once they
Yeah,
at
they
the
had
end,
an update. Sometimes they had an update. The updates were a cool part too.
2 weeks ago, the police called and Chris was found. He was hiding out in Mexico with his friends, and all 100 cats were recovered.
Yeah. They were all having an orgy in Mexico.
With
I don't like the update.
Jesse
theme.
Ventura.
The update, dude. Why?
It's creepy too, though.
But it makes me feel dirty. The update theme makes me feel dirty. Ugh.
No, but the thing was, they were like, he was found just down the street from you. Like, they would give you, like, this creepy update.
He
that,
was
like,
found just down the street from your local Wawa. If you've seen Chris or anything like him, please call Unsolved Mysteries. 954-546-3455. That's right. Nothing funny solved mysteries. 954-54 something 34 something something.
Chris
If
might be
you
in
want
the
100
back seat of your car right now. Call us.
Can
like
I
100 pussies and suck my dick.
I
Robert
want
Stack.
while we are
An actual quote from him.
on the cats real quick, I just want to
No, fuck the cats.
give you an update on something that I had no idea about. Just real quick.
Whoa, wait. An update, you say?
Well, maybe not an update, but new shit has come
New
to
shit
light.
has come to light. my
New
man.
shit has come to light. Now, in the 60s during the space race, are you guys familiar with the Russians, the Americans sending chimps and dogs into space? You guys remember this?
Yeah, that's how Planet of the Apes started.
Yup.
isn't it?
Yeah, man.
Fucking yup. We had
At least one of the Planet of the Apes.
I believe the dog's name was Lakia, and I know that
Labia?
Lakia because
Labia.
Labia come
So
home.
they sent Labia to space and she came back like super smart.
But nobody could find it.
Yeah. Yeah. Where is it? Huh? I know that name because the Gorillaz, after they made their first album, they had a second album called Lakia Come Home that was Gorillaz X Space Monkeys, and it was like this remix version to the first Gorillaz album, Lakia Come Home. But Lakia was the dog, right? The Russians also sent a chimp into space. The chimp's name, I believe his name was what's his name?
Chimp.
Hamburg. His name was something like that, like Ham Awesome,
Ham sandwich.
Ham Sandwich.
There you go.
At least I haven't forgotten what this was.
Yeah,
From
right.
Space. Let's see. What's more? They sent rats. Where's the?
Of course, it's the French. You figure it would be the French, you know? The
It always
fucking
is.
Americans and the Russians send chimps, and the French, they got to do it different. And we're going to send a cat.
Exactly.
Fucking,
Says
First, we would take a nap and smoke a cigarette.
by the 1960s, the space race has started to heat up, But through the Soviet Union and the U.S., they were making a number of exciting advancements. The French felt that their own space program was lacking. So France, they set rats up, but that wasn't quite enough. They also sent the Soviet Russia, Soviet Union sent Lakey the dog, and Americans, we sent a chimp named Ham in 1961.
Yeah.
We also sent
61.
rants. Yeah, ham sandwich 61. We also sent rats, but during this time, to study, what the fuck is it called? We science was already familiar with using cats to make studies for testing, for neurology. They were already so. It was already a good
similar
base.
enough genetically to us, I guess.
Not even
since they're
similar enough
mammals.
genetically, but just the idea that we know what baseline was, and then we know how everything else affected them since then. We use cats a little too much, unfortunately. It says the cat was one of animals widely used studies for neurophysiology at the time. A former veterinarian explained Michael Vizio. In other words, it made sense to use an animal that scientists already understood well. So in pursuit of their new goal, scientists at the center of this assignment, that research said the medicine acquired 14 cats, all female, and started to put them through astronaut training. Felicette and 13 other cats were put through a rigorous screening process to see how they'd react to spaceflight. Electrodes in their brain, confinement, loud noises, and even stomach churning centrifuge sessions. Literally torturing cats. You ever took a cat and just spun around in a circle with a cat? Like, wee! They hate it.
Yeah.
They hate it.
Freaks them out.
Yeah, they would the fuck. Look at all these poor bastards. Look at all these poor just their heads are sticking out. And one fuck gets to like rub it in their like, look at me, I'm outside the box, bitch. What's up?
That's Kenny, isn't it?
But yeah, what's up, bitch? Kenny would break those boxes because he's so fat. It says, of all the cats, Felicette emerged as one of the 6 candidates to go to space. Scientists picked her because she was good at maintaining her weight, in which other cats either gained or lost weight. She could remain calm and had an even keel demeanor. So she was the right cat for the job, as some of the Surma scientists later said. Any panic reaction on her part would have disqualified her from the program. But she was literally cool as a cucumber, even though cats hate cucumbers. They freak out when they see cucumbers. Says, in the end, she was tapped for the final mission. Cool as a cat. Cool as a cat. She was tapped for the final mission, so she was after the 14 cats. She was the one that said, yo, bitch, pussy, you're going to space. On October 18th, 1963.
They shot that fuck right up to the moon.
They shot that fuck right into the moon. Algeria, she was loaded into a AG-1 rocket and launched into space at 8:09 sharp.
Jesus.
Yeah, they're like, we ain't waiting a second. We'll see you later. So the cat goes, yeah.
Yeah.
It's right there, like hating every minute of it. They're like, yeah, she loved it. They didn't know that because they weren't there.
Yeah.
The rocket climbed very high, nearly 157 kilometers. After 15 minutes...
That's what she said.
Yeah, that's what she said. No, it's about 1 kilometer. That's what she said. Yeah, 1 centimeter, whatever that is. After 15 minutes of soaring through the stars, she returned to Earth, a French hero. The media fondly nicknamed her the Astro Cat. Oh, Astro Cat. But her days were sadly numbered.
Oh, no.
Here's the bummer, okay? The legacy of the first cat in space. Felicette's moments of glory didn't last long. Soon after she returned to Earth, scientists euthanized her.
What? Oh, yeah, that's right. It's not that she had any problems. They just
murdered her. So hey,
Wow.
check this out. Check this out. I kind
They
of
could study your brain. What the?
yeah.
fuck?
So they can study your brain. Let's see if my Norm bit works. Because Norm used to like to do these like long-winded things before he got to the punchline, and I did put this in there. And let me see if this fucks or not. It might fuck. It may not fuck. Let's see if I can find
It's
it.
just like they send her up to space, they bring her back. She's this hero, the cat's this hero. Everybody's like for the cat, and then after the parade, they just
Yeah,
kill her.
it says so. Right, so the rocket obviously comes back, it lands in the water. It's floating there. So they pop open the door, right? And Norm the cat comes out like, guys, whoa, I got so much to tell you. You know, the feeling of being rocketed into space was unlike anything I've ever felt before. You know, and trust me, you know, I've been around. You know, and then you're not going to believe this. You know, there were moments when I was just floating. Yeah, that's right. I think that Einstein fella, you know, he was onto something. I may have shit and pissed myself a lot there, but what with the whole rocket into space thing, but that too, you know, that shit and piss was just floating right there by me while I was experiencing that zero gravity thing. It was enthralling, I tell you, enthralling. But hey, what do you say we get me out of here? We bring me back to HQ, you know, we let me get some tuna, you know, maybe a scratch pad or two, and I'll just take a quick cat nap. I'll unwind and hey, Pierre, what are you doing with that? That's when Pierre murdered the cat. Hey, Pierre, what are you doing with that gut? Boom.
Damn.
That was a Norm joke. You know, Norm did those long-winded jokes,
Yeah,
and at the end, he's like, "Hey, what do you just murdered me there for? Why you do that for?"
You had a good Norm joke last week, and it's an upcoming clip. So
What's
good
the Norm
shit.
joke? What's
Good
the Norm joke?
It was like we were talking about the dog that got killed in the airport, and you're like, yeah, I was trying to go to England one time, and I couldn't find my passport, so my parents took me in the bathroom,
Murdered
and
me.
killed and drowned me in the toilet.
Strangled me. Yeah.
But
Yep.
so all I gotta say is, at the beginning of this story, the astronauts are like, let me tell you what, I got a rocket so fucking long and hard and powerful, we're gonna shoot that pussy all the way up to space. Yes, but sir, what happens afterwards? Don't worry about that. And boom, the shit comes down, and they're like, it's been a good journey, and they fucking kill you, huh? Is that how they did it?
Pretty much.
They call the cat
So fucked. Yeah, like Old Yeller. Or like Lenny from Of Mice and Men. Just look that way.
like
They're probably working on some top secret shit with the brain now. They've got some fucking
it's like
top secret information they're doing.
Just do
with
it to the rats. Fuck a
what
rat.
did they
I don't
really
care about
think they
rats.
were gonna get? It's like, you know, we rocketed you into space. You survived zero G. You fell back into the ocean. You lived. Now we're gonna
Yeah.
murder you. That's
Yeah.
cool, right? You're cool with that, right? You know.
Well, at least it's a happy ending, you know.
It's
everybody.
for science. It's
Yep.
for we're learning. Duh, you're fine.
All they're gonna get with the brain is like the Meow Mix song and shit. Be like, I want chicken, I want liver.
Meow, meow,
Meow Mix, Meow Mix, please deliver.
Yeah. This cat only wanted meow mix for some reason.
Oh my God. Poor little Efredon de le bon chez le bon.
Feliciete. Feliciete.
Feliciete. Segrete.
Knowing that you have a cat, now, dude, could you imagine sending your poor, beautiful cat on like some type of fast space, you know, like just even in a plane
What,
is wild.
sometimes I think about it, Josh. Sometimes I think about it.
I feel like sometimes I picture Duke grabbing his cat by the belly and throwing it like a paper airplane. Like,
How do you know this?
and the
You have
cat's like,
video of this? I'm gonna take video of this.
I saw how you treated Ziggy. I was there, bro. You were like, hey,
This fucking cat, it's a kitten with so much energy that I give it back to her sometimes. She bites my ankle, she fucking attacks me, she does everything, just going crazy. So sometimes I throws her up in the air into a bed of pillows. And she has fun. She's okay with it. But
I remember one time
So much energy.
Ziggy was attacking Duke, and Duke just took the cat and he just threw it like over the balcony. He's like, that's what you do. That's what you do with cats. When they're bad, you throw them over the balcony. Duh. And I was like, I don't know about all that, but all right. No, all right.
He was a good guy.
Ziggy was awesome. R.I.P. R.I.P. to the Zigmeister.
Are we done with cats? Fuck cats.
Yeah, we can
all
get
right?
off cats. We can get off cats.
Fucking A.
Cats in space, huh?
Yeah, there's a really good, what is it, space movie, 1994. If you guys Google that, we should all Google it at the same time.
Yes.
Space movie 1994. It's like more of a cult classic. But yeah, check that out. It's a really good movie. I actually watched the whole 15 minutes of it.
Ooh.
Gay.
It's a sequel. It's a sequel to 1917, the movie.
It's gay ninjas from outer space.
It's a prequel to 1984. It's like I got no joke for it. I was just doing a year pun, you know?
It's actually 92, but for some reason it comes up in 94. Anyways, gay N-words from outer space.
Kanye West. You want to see Kanye West?
Yes. Speaking of people out in space that are fucking.
He is a space
I don't know.
cadet,
I think
no?
he's like playing it up. You know,
Is it
he's
trolling?
trying to get that new album, you know, out probably, or drum some support up.
Bro, I don't even know at this point.
I don't even know anymore.
Yeah. At this point, like there was like a time when I was like, he's trolling all y'all libs, y'all are stupid, and then I'm like,
well, we know what he was doing with the
maybe
Nazi thing at first.
Maybe I'm stupid now. Like I
He's
don't know,
basically turned into whatever that Clayton Bigsby from the Chappelle Show. That's basically fucking Kanye now.
Yeah.
You know, he was banging on the hood of my car. Like, you know, like that's fucking him.
I seen him.
Yeah.
So
they don't want to tell him that he doesn't know he's black and shit.
He's definitely trolling this black dude who's interviewing him. Like, it starts out kind of normal, and he's like, "Hey, buddy, I'll be right back."
Yeah. Okay. That's the part. Speaking of, I'll be right back. May I be right back?
The pee-pee. Yeah.
No, it's
So
not.
let me
it's
set
it's
this
not
up.
even the
Yeah, go
PP.
for it.
If you could, pretty much what you're saying is that's where I have him coming back in dressed as what he's dressed as.
Oh wow! So you're.
I don't have that. So if you can set up the beginning, and maybe
No, I was gonna give a little
why
background.
that's what I'm saying. Like why Academics is there and what he's trying to interview Kanye for, and he's like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'll be right back. And then when we're right back, we'll be right back.
Don't say that. I'll be right back. No, but what I was getting at is, and I don't know if you agree with me, Cranston, but a couple months ago when Kanye started this fucking Nazi shit or whatever he's doing, it seemed like he was doing it just to test the limits of free speech, because he was like tagging Elon on X, and he was like, "Hey man, you know, I'm just saying this stuff, and I appreciate you. I really appreciate you giving me unlimited free speech." So he's kind of like testing the waters, seeing if he can get canceled, seeing if Elon censors him on X. But since they're buddies, and since Elon may be a Nazi, a neo-Nazi, I don't know exactly the reason, but there was a little back and forth between them, and they were like, he's like, "Man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you letting me say and do whatever I want." So I don't know if it's him testing the free speech, or if he's really believes the shit he says, or is it shock value, or is it he's got a new album coming out and he wants people to he wants those headlines, because any press is good press.
He's got some mental issues, I think.
He definitely does. He needs to be on his on his meds.
I think that might be something to do with it. I think maybe he is off his meds.
He's been off his meds for years, and he's spoken.
Yeah, because he's definitely been like acting like a lunatic for a while. Didn't he show up at Trump's house like a couple of years ago with some fucking other racist dude or something like that?
Yeah, he's been doing some weird shit.
They showed up for Thanksgiving at Trump's house or some shit. I don't know.
A couple of years ago, he said in an interview with TMZ that slavery was a choice, and he pissed all the black people off. He was like, "Oh, how long was slavery? Yeah, that sounds like a choice to me. It's not like the white people did it to him. It sounds like these black people, that was their choice to be slaves."
He's definitely not the Kanye who was like
Damn,
interrupted
Duke.
Mike Myers.
Dude, did you just say slavery was a choice?
Doesn't care
That's
about
crazy.
black
He was on his
people.
meds. He was on his meds then, yeah.
You're on your
Makes
meds.
more sense.
Duke thinks slavery is a choice. That's crazy. I'm going to write that down.
Thank you.
Duke
That's quote
thinks
me on that one, yeah.
slavery is a choice.
You can run tell that, homeboy.
Write that down.
Yeah.
I keep
I
getting
think
calls from
Anyways, I don't
NPAS
know
Solutions.
the background. You have to set this up, Josh, because I don't know what the interview was for. I just know what happens.
The background is he's crazy.
Yeah.
He's fucking nuts. That's
What was
it.
the interview
There's
for,
not
though?
anything more to it than that. No, I don't know.
I got these are like sound. The background I have here, they're like sound barrier thing. They catch sound. So that's what I got going on in the background. So it kind of dampens
Thanks.
the sound.
He
That's what
tells me to set the shit up and give background, and he doesn't have background.
That's what you're
Fuck
asking?
you.
You're asking about my background?
Yeah.
Oh, Kanye's background.
No, this interview. It doesn't matter. It's a random interview, and that's it.
It's not that random. It's for Entertainment Tonight. It's for a big. I mean, that's pretty big, right? Would you?
It's for the Klan rally. It's kind of
But what was the reason to interview him? Like, because he's crazy, and they wanted to ask him about all his Nazi shit, basically.
Yeah, it's probably
Because
one of
he's a
those things.
lunatic.
You know, like it's.
Because that's going to get views. That's why.
Right. Which is not.
He-
I don't blame them. Do you blame them?
No, I'm
there's
watching
a
it.
formula
We're all
to
eating
it.
up.
There's a formula to that because it's like Trump even does like shit like that. Like he was coming out recently talking about he's going to get a third term and there's ways to do it. He knows it's not going to be a third term. But he knows it's going to piss people off, and that is what he does. That's what Kanye is doing. He's trying to piss people off. There's bad publicity gets him publicity.
Exactly.
It's like, but okay, I would have to say the only difference here is like Trump came out talking about a third term, but he would have to come out with something like a law, like I brought the law today. The law says I can run, like not just like Kanye came out with a costume. He came out dressed up. He didn't just say I'm going to be the Grand Wizard. He came out in the costume.
You don't know what you're talking about.
So Trump would have to be like, I just drew up a nice new bill. It said I'm going for 3 terms right here, right in front of you. I mean, you know what I mean? Like
maybe I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I think it's coming. I think he's lining it up. Like he has support, and they're trying to write this up, so it might happen.
The only way you can do that is with having an amendment repealed, and they're never going to get the support to have that done. They were talking about he could run as VP with Vance, and in the Constitution you can't do that because if you're not eligible to be president, you're not eligible to be vice president. So
yeah, but that's just the Constitution, though.
Somebody can somebody can be president for 10 years, but they have to be vice president for 2 years for the last part of the term.
Let me ask you a question, Duke, and Cranston. Does Trump, right or wrong, does he troll?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I think he does.
Okay, so
Kanye does too.
I will agree with that, but let me start first. Let's continue slowly. We do think Trump trolls. Do you think the Trump saying a third term thing is real? Duke or Cranston?
Could be real. I'm not ruling it out. That's all I'm saying.
I have 4/2/2025 at 11:07 p.m. Duke
I think it's entirely possible.
It could be real. I mean, a lot of people were saying that in his first term, and then he wouldn't leave. There was a lot of malarkey going on both sides that are just like always ends up being BS. So
I think he's going to be. Isn't he going to be 82 when he's the end of his term?
If he can survive.
I think he's saying it now to troll and to try to own the libs and get people pissed off. And then when he's getting at the end of his term,
done with that. And I'm so over.
I have no reason. He's going to say I could run for a third term. When he's in his 4th year, he's going to say I could run for a third term, but I don't need to because I did everything that I needed to do and whatever my son or JD Vance or whoever it's going to be is a perfect president, so I don't need to run for a third term because that's.
I'm so over this childlike thing of trolling the libs as a president. I'm so over of this childlike behavior of trolling the Republicans. It's just like, can we just be a little more
professional,
serious in how we approach things, whether it be the president, the vice president, the media. Like I'm so over it.
Well, we got 4 more years, baby.
If he came out and he said like,
but you guys eat it up.
Run for a third term because
if nobody believed him, it wouldn't be a thing. But literally, everyone's like, he's gonna run for a third. The world, America's burning down.
That's why he says it, because he wants to get that reaction out of him.
And that's childish and pedantic of him to do that. And it's also the same fucking adjectives of the other side to act as if it's true. He's a dictator. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up for one fucking second. And let's talk about things that fucking matter.
Do you believe,
stupid.
Do you believe that Project 2025 is a thing or not?
Well, we mean.
Can you rephrase your question? Because I don't know what you mean.
A lot of this shit.
Project 2025.
Out of it.
Have you heard of it? And have you read it?
I know, but I feel like you're not asking me the way you want to ask me. Is Project 2025?
That's what I'm asking you, because
it's a real thing. Yes, you can go to the website. Yes,
of it? No.
But I feel like what you're trying to ask me is if Donald Trump is doing Project 2025. What are you trying to ask me?
Do you believe Project 2025 is really being carried out by this administration?
What's the name of the company who made Project 2025? They've always. What is it? The Heritage Foundation has always been making claims and things they want to see, just as anybody on the left makes claims they want to. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yes, I do think it's real.
They've started working on this agenda, and in that is Trump getting a third term. So it's entirely possible that if they get the support and they get.
Buddy, let me help you. It's not going to happen. Focus your energy
I'm not
things that are more.
No, I'm just telling you. It's
I'm glad you're not. I'm glad you're not. Focus your energy.
I don't fucking listen to this
bullshit
shit anymore because it's so ridiculous.
There's more bullshit.
This is why he does it. This is why Trump does it, because he wants to get people like that who don't like him. He wants you to get scared like that.
You could literally bring up the if you said to me, Duke, and I would go more with you with this. He's like, the only reason he brought this up was to take eyes off all the deportations he's doing. You know what I mean? Like, there's like this, there's like these like ways where people leak things. We're like, oh, I didn't want that to be leaked, but they did want it to be leaked. You know what I mean? Like these sneaky ways they go about having information released. I'm not saying that's what they did. I'm just saying like, we lived through this in 2016 already, where he's never going to leave office and this is going to happen.
I think it's crazy with this guy to just like dismiss everything. Oh, that's not. We've already been proven wrong with so many other things.
And you've been proven well, I don't know what you mean by proven wrong, but you've been proving wrong. A lot of the left, not you, a lot of the left has been proven wrong with a lot of the things they said was going to happen during the 2016
this
term.
Just started. We got 4 more years.
I know
so let's see what happens.
Exactly. It just started.
So I wouldn't rule it out. I'm just saying there's a lot of things that they're going to try to do.
You'd be foolish to rule it out, for sure. I agree with that.
Under the Constitution right now, there is not a way for that to happen. The only way that could happen is for them to repeal the amendment that has the term limits. And if they did that, then they open the door up for like Obama to run for a third term or whatever, but they would have to repeal that amendment. That's not going to happen because they would need the Democrats to go along with it to get
they would need
repealed.
enough
and the
support.
Democrats are not going to go along with that.
Right.
And so if
but they're going to try, I think.
If you don't do it by that route,
you're being distracted.
Eventually, the Supreme
from things
Court.
That actually matter.
I agree with that. I think it's a distraction.
Yes.
It's to scare the people who don't like him because he's pissed off at me. They tried to arrest him or whatever, all the shit that happened, and he wants to scare people and distract from whatever's going on in the news, like the signal thing or this or that. So,
Yeah, I'm not
you know, and,
focused on it. I'm just not ruling it out.
No,
I'm just saying.
not you, bro.
the-
Not you.
the
Not, we're not
Project
saying you.
2025 thing, like there are parts of it that are going on right now that we
Right.
have seen that are happening, but I don't think that Trump is 100% in favor
he's
of
not.
every
He's
single
not.
thing in
He's
the
not.
book. He is
No.
He's a
doing
populist.
something.
As much as people like to hate him, he's a populist. So he's not going to do things that are completely unpopular. There are going to be things where maybe they fuck up on, but I bet you it'll be righted by him or the following party. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, don't be bamboozled by fear tactics and the media.
Right.
Focus on the things that
I learned
matter.
that after the first month. I was like,
My point was, the reason I brought it up was because Trump is an expert at this negative publicity thing, and that's what he does. Is he'll go out and say something like that,
yeah.
that is, you know, he's going to talk about a third term when he knows the Constitution doesn't allow a third term, and then he's going to piss people off. He knows it's going to piss people off. He knows it's going to bring attention, and he wants to piss people off who don't like
Right.
him. He wants to bring attention. He wants that negative publicity. He does this with, this is like his playbook. He's been doing this for years, and this is the same exact shit that Kanye does. Kanye does the same shit, attention,
Right,
you know,
right.
but Kanye
Same
might have
narcissist
more like
personality.
mental issues for why he's doing it, but he's also, I think there's a lot of it that is just, he's trying to get attention. He's trying to get negative publicity because
Right.
everybody's going to look and say, Kanye's like a Klan member now or a Nazi.
Oh my
or
God,
whatever
you
the fuck,
spoiled
and
it. Just show
and
the clip.
Gets, you know, attention. So he's trying to get the attention. It's
I'm sure
out of that
everybody knows
playbook.
about it by now, but yeah. Yeah, it's the same narcissist behavior. I'm just saying it's a crazy ass world and this administration doesn't give a fuck, so they might try some shit, but go ahead. Go ahead and try it.
That's your opinion based off of fear mongering, and I understand.
Based off of the Project 2025 shit that's already come true.
Like what?
Like they're already, well, I don't know. They're already speaking about, there's somebody lining up a bill to amend and make it possible for a third term. It's not like you said, it's not going to pass.
What's the other stuff? What's the other stuff then? Like,
I don't know,
besides
man.
but you
Project
just said
2025.
it.
Let me look it up.
There's been a lot of stuff like the Department
Like
of
all the
Education
oligarchy
getting
shit.
cut. That's
Like
the
all the
Department of Education getting
inform
Right.
people.
funding
Let people
slashed,
know
all the
who don't
government
know about
agencies
this. Like,
getting
give them
slashed. That's all,
stuff to
part
chomp
of it.
on. Don't
They
just
cut
say
a bunch of people from NOAA, from the you know, the weather forecasters. You know, a lot of the cuts are right out of 2025.
yeah.
You know, so the education
Banning
department, the
CDC
EPA,
and all that shit.
you know,
all the
all these
regulations.
government
Can I ask you
jobs
guys
that
a
they're
question?
cutting out.
Can I ask you guys a question though? Like,
Yeah.
and it's an honest question, and I'm not being facetious. This is not a gotcha question, but for years, everyone, as far as I remember, has been upset about government overspending and things we shouldn't be spending shit on.
People that don't even understand what the shit is for,
Sure,
which is
and
the
I'm-
problem.
No, okay, but with what you just said,
We're
though,
finding now.
do you believe that every position in government isn't oversaturated? Are you of the
There's
assumption?
some areas
No,
that you just don't.
Okay, but some. Can I have, if you don't mind, is there a percentage, 25%, 30%? Can you put a guesstimate number on what you think is oversaturated as far as government? Because there is a lot. There is a lot.
How do you know?
What do you mean? We're $37 trillion in debt, brother, man. What do you
To who?
mean? What,
The World Reserve.
Cranston, where are we $37 in $37 trillion in treasury?
$37. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know.
$37.
$37 the other
To
day.
the
He
World
loaned me a little
Reserve,
something, and I'll-
imaginary bullshit.
So you think it's fake then? You think our debt is fake? Is that what you're saying? I'm just curious as to where
it's just a weird concept having a world reserve that we owe we keep borrowing from it endlessly.
But
so,
you know
like,
what a GDP
what is it?
is. You know what
Right.
what a country has to like. So you don't.
But there's no repercussions. We can just keep borrowing. And
But
like, oh,
we're
now
not
we're more in debt.
borrowing. We're not borrowing. The United States has unfortunately
fake money. It's made up.
printed. We're not borrowing. We're
Right.
printing money. So like,
Right.
do you not feel like there is a issue there with how
There
we're
always has been.
right. And there always has been an issue with government overspending and getting things dialed back in.
And
There's
I
gonna
agree
be
with you.
However,
one
dumbasses
second,
like us
You're
don't
right.
really
You're right.
know
You're right.
the
I'm not
specifics.
I'm not exactly, and I'm not
like I
pretending
can't
to-
give you an answer because I don't know the exact numbers.
Right.
And as we're
So-
finding out, we don't even know what these departments
So
do.
it's
until
hard
they
to
cut them.
Right. So with what you're saying though, it's also hard to judge what's right and wrong because you don't know.
Well, we're finding out in real time that if you cut,
So
and
how do
get
you
rid
know
of so
but
many
don't
people?
know? Right. There are going to be some things when you go
Right.
about when you see a business, right? And you see, okay, there are things that are not going right, and you make these mass cuts. As far as I'm aware, there are things where you're like, okay, that shouldn't have been cut. We need to reinstate. That shouldn't have been cut. We need to reinstate.
I just
kinda,
don't trust an oligarch to make these decisions,
Well-
which are usually self-interest because he's pocketing the fucking money for his own companies and his own interests.
And the
his
evidence that he's
cronies.
pocketing the money is what?
Well, where's
Here's-
the evidence otherwise?
Here's the
No.
thing with the-
Where's the evidence that he is? It's not the otherwise. Where's the evidence that what he's cutting right
How about
now?
the contracts
right
Tesla's
now,
getting?
Duke, right now,
Starlink and all
Duke,
them.
Duke, right now.
I just gave you an example.
Dude, hang on.
How
man.
about all these
Hang
contracts?
on.
I'm answering your question.
I'm gonna
How
answer
about
your
all
question.
these bullshit contracts that Elon is getting awarded from the government money? Why is he getting
It's
this?
not even Elon. It's the Pentagon. I see a lot of things being cut, and then I see a lot more money going to the Pentagon. I see a lot more money going to war and stuff like
So
that.
why are we not focused on the guy that is a businessman getting all this money, but we're pissed off at the Pentagon, which is a
No,
very
we're
mandatory
not mad
fucking
at the Pentagon.
thing.
We're mad at the guy
Right.
giving money to the war machine. So
Right.
the guy
I mean,
the guy who's going around saying he's cutting U.S. aid and cutting
he
this
says
and cutting.
we don't even know what he's doing. That's the thing that's
the
frustrating.
issue with it. The issue with the Doge thing, from what I'm hearing, is that it's supposed to be Congress who deals with cutting these budgets for all these
And
agencies and whatnot.
random
It's not
dude.
supposed to be some random department that they just made up with
Yep.
Elon heading it. It's supposed to be
Well, it's not a new
Congress,
department.
which is
We
like,
know that.
For example, why the
We know it's not a
Department
new
of
department, so
Education-
that's not true.
This is why they can't
not true.
eliminate the Department
Obama
of
made Doge.
Education, because it is Congress that created.
We know it's
the
not a new
of
department, so I don't know
Education.
why you said that. It's not a new
Well, they
department.
appointed Elon.
Obama
What
made
is it?
Doge. It's not. It's
What
not a
is
new
it?
department.
What does Doge stand for?
Oh, Doge, the idea of Doge is not a new
What does
department.
Doge stand for?
The idea of
Department
Doge,
of-
regardless of what Doge stands for, the idea of Doge and what it's supposed to do, government oversight
I know,
was
but-
created under Obama. I understand
But
Trump
I'm not
made
arguing
it
that,
differently.
but what I'm saying
I
is
know,
if it's
the
called
Department
if it's
of
called
Government and Energy
if
Oversight.
it's
I
called
get
the
it. I get it.
Department of Government Efficiency, but you just
I
said it's
understand.
not a department, and I agree with that. It's not a department.
I know.
But
Right.
the
So
point
you
is,
weren't mad when
it's-
Obama made the thing. So why
because
are
he
you mad
wasn't
right
cutting
now?
everything like an idiot.
Okay, but also
It's
too,
very different.
we're also at a time where we're like things do need to be cut. Are you?
But
And I agree
we don't
with
are
trust
you
this
under
guy.
the assumption? I
And I
know.
agree
your
with that,
your
that things
problem,
need to get
Duke,
cut.
is the guy. My problem is what
Also,
government
the fact
spends
that
on.
there's no checks and balances. There's just a guy that's a random guy that we
I
just
get it.
threw in there.
I get it. I understand.
That's not cool.
I understand.
I'm about the Constitution and different chambers, checks and
I'm about
balances.
right, and
we don't
and-
have that anymore.
No,
we
no,
have
no.
Trump
See,
and
that's
Elon doing
where.
whatever they want.
No, okay, hang on a
One
second,
thing
Duke.
that's
That's
really
where
pissed me
you're
off-
incorrect. That's where you're incorrect. We do have.
I know. I'm
checks
always
and
incorrect. So is
no,
Cranston.
dude, calm down. I didn't.
One thing that really pissed me off, like with just the whole what's going on in general with some of this stuff, was when you're talking about checks and balances. There was like some judge that ruled something and some other judge that ruled something. Whether or not I agree with the judge, what he said or not, doesn't matter. But the point is, when they're starting to call for impeaching judges based on their decision, like even John Roberts, the Supreme Court justice, spoke out about that because it's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be
loyalist shit
checks
is
and
not
balances, cool. and that is what the judge is supposed to do. If that judge is wrong, then it'll go to the next court.
Cranston.
But we don't impeach the judge just because we don't agree with what the judge says.
It's dictator behavior.
I agree. And then when Trump was being impeached 3 times, did you agree with that? Do you think everything that the Democratic Party was going around and impeaching him for, did you agree with that? Was everything?
Some of it, like when he was taking
that's not
documents.
what I asked. That's not what I asked.
Not all
agree
of
with
it,
everything?
no.
All right. So there are things sometimes that
actually, I think I do because look,
okay.
I'm not gonna judge the guy based on like porn star money and shit.
But that's what he was impeached.
That is illegal. So
I know, but that was also the whole point. Like,
wasn't a witch hunt.
I'm not trying to defend this here, but it's almost like I'm left no choice. It's just like this thing happened well before he was a president, and they're trying to say that presidential funds was used to pay it off. 30 different charges.
Illegal. That's illegal,
right.
Dewey.
But guess what? Cranston, are you familiar with the charge? Can you help me out here?
Yeah,
because the judge left the idea up to what the felony was, as like they had to figure that out. It was not given to them. He gave them the idea of, you guys can figure out what the felony charge was, but this is the misdemeanor charge, and the reason, like, it was a weird.
Look, I get it. Like, and I've been mixed on that because when it first happened, when he first got charged in New York, I was against it. And I said I didn't agree with it. I didn't agree with the law of it. And
can you explain why, though, Cranston? Can you explain why, though? Like, what did it make sense about it?
You know, it's been a couple of years now, and it would
because
rehash it.
The jury. There was another crime that was supposed to be found in the first crime or something along those lines. And the judge said, you guys can figure out what that felony was or something along those lines. It wasn't, like it was very weird. I didn't
agree with it at first. I was in your stuck groups. I was arguing with people like Lindsay and some of the more liberal people because and I'm no Trump fan, but I was not in agreement on that.
It's a bummer you have to clarify that with when you just disagree with the law. You don't got to be a Trump fan to disagree with the law.
It's like you said, I thought it was funky, but here was my take on it. I think he did it. I just think that he did it in a way that the statute of limitations or whatever had ended on it. So they had to come up with this felony.
They dropped the statute of limitations to try him. It was so crazy. So and then Michael Cohen,
I'll agree to.
Michael Cohen lies under law.
Thing, whatever it was, something about he did something with an election, and that was like the felony, and it was kind of a slippery slope. I didn't agree with it. I didn't think he was going to be found guilty on it, but that's what they ruled, so that's what they ruled.
And here's the thing, I've seen the court convict somebody on a murder on somebody who was innocent. So I don't always believe the court.
I've seen it, right, and I've seen it quite a bit, and we've talked about this.
I mean, I have somebody in my family who served 17 years for a murder he did not commit. So I literally have unbiased things where the court gets it wrong. So
absolutely, and you and I have talked about this. I remember we had one show with Stuck where maybe I called in before I was on the show, and I think Eli had left early, and you and I were talking about these kind of issues, and it was one that we were doing it talking till 3 a.m. on air. I was talking about this because there was some specific cases, because when I was in paralegal school, I did some cases like that with some murder charges that were totally bogus. A couple of famous people. One of them was Reuben Hurricane Carter, who was a boxer. He was the #1 contender to be the middleweight champion, and the middleweight champion was a white guy. And so these cops in New Jersey didn't want him to get his title shot because they didn't want a black guy to beat the white guy and become the new champion. So they framed him for murder because there just happened to be this murder that was somewhere in his, town while he was out driving home. And the witnesses was a guy that was robbing the place across the street.
Right.
And they got the witness who was robbing the place across the street and they brought him to the hospital and they asked the guy who was shot and dying, is this the guy? And the guy said, no. And the cops told him, do you want to go to jail for robbing that store? And no, well, then you're going to say it was this boxer. And this boxer ended up doing, however many years, 10, 20 years, something like that. And he didn't do it. And he ended up eventually getting it overturned because the evidence came out that it was bullshit. Bob Dylan wrote a song about it. It was a fucking 8-minute,
There was a
song.
guy on my uncle's case. There was a guy on my uncle's case who he saw something happen and he could not corroborate what he saw happen because if he corroborated what happened, he would implicate himself in somewhere where he was not legally allowed to be. So he was like, I didn't see what happened.
Right.
So shit like that happens all the fucking time. So
all I'm saying, look, let's wrap this up so we can get to some other shit. But all I'm saying is that I don't like when people undermine the Constitution or the checks and balances. That's what pisses me off more than anything. We appointed Elon. He's not even, is he a citizen? I don't even fucking know. They're doing things without due process. There's I don't like shit like that. That's all I'm fucking saying.
So do you have anything to say about what happened under Joe Biden? And I'm not going to give specifics, but you just talked about things that happened. There was no due process.
Yeah, he went by the Constitution for the most part. I mean, I don't know if you're still salty about how they convicted Trump and all. I mean, I don't think that was Biden per se. That was just the government. But
all right. I will message you.
I like people that follow the Constitution that...
I'm not here to call. Yeah, I know you want to. I'm not here to call you out live, but I will message you some things after this and see what you think about those because there are some things you maybe did not call Biden out on the Constitution that he circumnavigated that apparently don't really matter to you.
No, I just don't know about them.
Right, but why not, though? Why not?
Because the media doesn't cover them, and I don't spend my time with politics, man. I don't give a fuck.
So
I
if
just
the media doesn't cover
Joe,
it,
I was tuned out.
If the media doesn't cover it, Duke doesn't follow it, or I don't understand what you mean. Because the media doesn't like Trump, you follow it. I don't understand.
If it's not a headline that's catches my attention.
So is there maybe a reason why propagandist media won't cover something that they don't want people to know?
This sounds like a deep conspiracy.
It's not. It's not, bro.
Send me some shit.
Do you
Tell
think
me how
America is on the? No. Do you think America is on the up and up? We do shit on the fucking.
Well,
I don't know.
I mean,
anymore.
it's
you
don't know anymore.
We've talked
I'm being very
too.
Centrist now, and
but you're
I'm
not
seeing
though,
things
because usually you're not centrist.
Well,
usually
you want me to.
No, I just want you to be honest. No. I don't want you to be anything that you're not. I want you to be how you are.
In this era, I've learned to stop with the sensationalist bullshit and to. But there might just give it a chance. There might be something good that comes out of this. We got to stick to the positives because if we dwell in the negatives and we dwell on left or right bullshit, then it's not going to go anywhere. We have to.
I love that.
Let shit happen.
I do love.
No,
that.
it really.
I'm being honest with you. I love that idea.
It took madness for me to look at the bright side of things. There's some crazy shit, and before, old Duke would get very bent out of shape over. God damn it, I'm taking this stance and blah. Some of our buddies are still there, but I'm trying to just. I'm not even tuned in, and if I am, I'm reading and I'm thinking about the end result, not the crazy shit that may happen now. For example, I'll tell you something that may be good about Trump. I don't know if it's a conspiracy theory or if it's something that may happen, but there's a theory that all this tightening and cutting and everything is going to make America more, independent. We're not going to rely on other countries for oil. We're not going to rely on other countries for goods.
If in 2 years you saw that, would you say that?
What if it works out? I will say that, and I'll start wearing my black MAGA hat.
You don't gotta, dude. Dude, that's the cool thing about America is you can be like, yeah, I like that thing you did. I still don't like you. I don't like you, but that thing you did was good, and that's what makes you an honest person. Not just like everything you do is bad. That's what.
Look, I wasn't always blindly hating him. There were specifics that I didn't like, and I don't like the dictatorship bullshit.
Yes,
I don't like the ego. I don't like the undermining the Constitution.
In your defense, I don't think there was ever a thing where I said, Duke, what do you feel about this? You're like, no, I don't like it just because I don't like him. I think you were always fair on that regard. Cranston, I think you're always fair on the Cranston.
I don't like that kind of behavior. I don't like when somebody acts like they have ultimate power and they don't go by the book. And like, you know what? I've even surrendered that in recent times. I'm like, fuck it. I mean, cowabunga it is. We'll see what happens, and I'll give it a chance. That's where I'm at. So.
And I've talked to you about that before, Josh, with like these like politicians in particular. We were talking one time about somebody, it might have been DeSantis or somebody, I forget if that's who it was. And we were talking about him maybe running for president. This was, 3-4 years ago. And we were saying, man, I said he'd probably run for president unless they find some dirt on him. And you and I were kind of like, well, they've all got dirt, so it's, like he's definitely not clean. Like, and I feel like they're all like that. None of them are fucking totally clean. They've all got dirt on them. So like, and then the news is the same way. It's like the news hypes it to their narrative.
Yep.
So it goes to one side or the other, and they like enhance it and try to freak you out. Whichever side it's leaning, the right or the left, they want to freak you out and get you outraged.
Exactly.
When the truth is really, it's in the middle.
Somewhere in the middle.
That's what everyone says.
Between the lines.
That's what everyone says. But when you tell people you're in the middle, they're like, fag, gay, what, you can't pick a side. Like, that's what everyone says in this kind of conversation. But when you say, hey, I'm in the middle to somebody on the left or the right, they're like, what are you, stupid? It's like, God damn, you can't win.
It gets like, I get when I talk to people like that, and it's both, when it's the Trump side or the right or the Biden side on the left or whatever, I get it from both sides. I get insulted. I get insulted and attacked by both of them.
I'm sick of the bullshit.
I get accused of being brainwashed by both of them because I don't agree with 100% from either one of them. I'm kind of in the middle of it, and they both fucking insult me. It's like hard to
I'm there with you.
One side insults me more than the other because it's like literally the same thing.
It's the same insults, and what it is like the right. If I'm a little more like dirty with my words, they hate me, right? And if the left is like, oh, you're anything that rounds the corner of anything pro-Trump, they hate me. It's just like, I can't win. And that's what makes me feel like, fuck both of you.
This is why it's so exhausting.
No, fuck both of you guys. Both of you guys are fucking wrong. Because the fact that I can't talk anything about the other side makes me realize that both you fucking fucks are in an echo chamber. You're so totally cool with what you believe that if anybody else goes against you, you're like, well, you must be wrong. It's like, God damn, it's so annoying.
Bill Maher, because Bill Maher has been like, he's had a lot of the right people on his show.
And Jon Stewart. And
I mean, even like Bill, he went to the White House. He's had DeSantis on his show. He's had a lot of Trump people. He had Byron Donalds. He crosses the aisles and he has some conversations with other people. It's not like, fuck you, we don't like each other, we're not going to talk.
Cranston, do you remember when Jon Stewart went on the Colbert show and started talking about where COVID came from? And Stephen was like, oh God, you can't do it. He was like, oh, what? It came from the place that was making the COVID virus, and he was like, oh, you can't say that, John, you can't, it was from a wet market. And he was like that is when I like Jon Stewart, right? In times like those, when like this is the narrative, you're not allowed to say, you can, when someone says I can't say something, I'm like, okay, well, something's weird here. I can't say anything about that. Like, oh, no, it's definitely from a wet market. And Jon Stewart goes on and is like, oh, Steven, how come we can't talk about the fact that COVID could have came from the place 15 blocks down from where it started, the place that was making Corona, like, it was hilarious. He did it in this comedic effect. Steven was getting uncomfortable. Jon Stewart was laughing. The audience was laughing. It was so good that it was like, yes, this is truth via comedy. And I don't know else how to put it, but in that moment, I was like, I believe Jon Stewart. I don't believe Stephen Colbert. Stephen Colbert was like, vaccination.
I can't even watch Colbert. I'm so
He was making vaccination songs and dances and like needles. And it's like, what?
I can't.
It's fine. I like it.
I will say though, I do like I agree with what Duke was saying. Like, that's one thing that I don't like with what I'm seeing right now is some of these checks and balances kind of issues. And like the one example I gave earlier was this judge's decision, even if it's like the stupidest, worst decision ever, which maybe it was, it's still like we don't impeach judges just because we don't agree with their decisions, because courts are literally a part of checks and balances.
He's been doing this loyalist shit for a while. Like, if you're a loyalist, you're in. If you're not, and it's come to the point where people that are protesting are going to be thrown in jail, and people that disagree, it's like North Korea shit, man.
Can I ask you, why was he impeached twice?
That I not like.
I don't
want to.
Why was Trump impeached twice?
I don't want to get into that.
Why not? Why not? It matters.
One of the things, though, that's where I like another issue. Like, I don't like when we're talking about, and I don't mean you specifically, but like when with politics, like you're on one subject and we're talking about this issue, like what's going on now,
the deflection,
and then it gets flipped back to, well, Biden did this, or Obama did this, or like, it's not. It doesn't matter what they did.
But it does a little bit. It does a little bit.
This issue. I mean,
because when someone can get away with something, but the other person gets in fire for it, it does a little bit.
That's definitely a theory. You should throw me these nuggets that you claim you have. And
what nuggets do I have, dude?
None of them should get away with anything. Like,
no,
I mean, like going back
that's
to,
exactly.
What nuggets
George
do
Bush
I
shouldn't
have?
Got away with Iraq.
Apparently, you got some juicy nuggets on some evil shit Biden did.
What nuggets do I have?
I'm asking you. You said you had some shit to show me.
All I said was Trump was impeached twice. Do you agree?
No,
what
I'm talking about 20 minutes ago when we started this shit, or that was like an hour ago.
Maybe you misinterpreted what I said. I didn't say anything of the sort.
No, you said you have some stuff that Biden did that I wasn't angry about.
No.
You gotta show me.
I asked you. It was more of like a rhetorical question. Like, there are some things, like if you're mad at Trump,
it's not a Biden or Trump thing. It's a Constitution.
But it was okay. And there are some things that Biden did against the Constitution.
Okay, show me this, and I will be outraged as well.
But you wouldn't be, though, because you wouldn't. It wasn't on your radar.
Bullshit.
No, it's not my bullshit. No. You're incorrect. It's not on your radar. So tell me how I'm wrong. How am I gaslighting if it's not on your radar? You're concerned about what Trump was doing, but you weren't concerned about what Biden was doing. So tell me
the shit that Trump is doing. You have this shit.
Tell me what Biden was doing that you didn't like.
What did he do that I didn't like?
Right. You got to think about it. You got to repeat my question. Gotcha.
I have no idea, man.
I know my point. This is my point. But you're tuned into Trump. You're tuned in why you don't like Trump. Tune into your side. The only way we all get better is when we criticize the people we are with. If you can't criticize Biden on the bullshit he did, you're no better than the people that can't criticize Trump on the bullshit he does. Come on, man. Be better.
I can't find anything. I can't find anything off the top of my head.
Because you're not looking for it. You don't care for it. You don't care to find it.
I don't look for politics,
I know.
period.
But you look for Trump politics.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I don't.
So then how do you know all about Trump? So how do you know exactly my point?
Because I'm on Facebook and I'm like, oh, Trump just killed 5 million Jews.
Exactly.
Holy shit.
And they won't say Biden killed X amount of people. They won't say anything about that.
You really want it to be in the middle. Not everything's in the middle, Josh.
Dude,
some shit is
a lot of the
fucked
shit
up
is in the
here,
middle.
Some shit's fucked up over here.
Do you
It's
really
not equal.
believe that America is
Give me an
Democratic
example.
more than Republican? Do you really think there's no such thing as rhinos and dinos? Do you really think that
even Ashley said this is not a political show, boy. She's done with this.
Do
It's
you
been an hour of
really
bullshit.
think that Republicans and Democrats are against each other and we're fighting the good fight, Democrats and Republicans as the citizens going, hey, fuck
some
you.
more than
hey,
others? I
fuck
feel
you.
like
No,
Democrats
man.
more so or a little more
The
on the right
Nancy
side of history.
Pelosi's, the Chuck Schumers, the people who make money.
Yeah, they're
off
so
of-
evil.
You don't think how they make money off of fucking
Lobbyists.
stock
Are
trading?
we talking about lobbyists, really?
Stocks,
You're gonna
stocks.
ignore the huge Republican
See what I
population
mean?
that
No,
is
I'm
lobbying.
not ignoring
and
the
then you're
Republican
gonna focus on a couple.
Duke, I literally talk about things I don't like on both sides. If I bring something about the Democrats I don't like, you're like, well, the
I know
Republicans.
you always make sure to not
No,
focus
man.
on the thing at hand. and
I
then,
make
"Let's
sure I
talk about the
focus.
Democrats."
I make sure I focus
Like,
on
give me
all the
some
bad
fucking-
things. I
give
make
me
sure I
some
focus
shit.
on all the bad things. During Biden's time in office,
Tell
he
me,
did
what
no
didn't you
bad
like?
things apparently. No, you tell me what you didn't like. You can tell me what you don't like about Trump. Tell me what you don't like about Biden. I can tell you what I don't
almost
like.
everything about
I
Biden.
tell
I
you
can't
what
find
I,
a specific
I tell you what I
example.
don't. I tell you what I don't like about Trump all the fucking time. I've told you about that since 2016. So the fact that you can sit here and say I only talk about positive about Trump is bullshit. I'm asking
I
you.
never said that.
Yes,
Now
you
you're just
did.
drunk and
yes, you
saying
did.
shit.
I'm not drunk. I've had one shot. I'm asking
had
you.
3 shots since you've been
I'm
on the air.
asking
I'm not
you
drunk, I just
what
had
you
6
think
beers.
about Biden, and you can't tell me one negative thing he's done because
But
that's how.
he wouldn't run.
Cranston, I'm not talking to you. I'm not
There you go.
talking to you. Don't give Duke answers. I'm talking to Duke.
I can't think of one thing that I necessarily didn't agree with because
my
I
point.
wasn't examining
My
it
point.
as
My point.
hard as I was.
Right.
Now,
As
in
you
this
examine
age
Trump,
of-
you don't give criticism to your side. You enjoy criticizing the other side.
No.
You want to know what I don't like about Trump?
Something.
You want to know what I don't like about Trump?
No, I don't give a fuck. I want to go on to Kanye.
My point exactly. I can tell you things I
know
don't
you're
like
always
about
right,
Trump.
Josh. Yeah, let's just be
What did I
stuck in
say
the
I was
middle.
right
Let's
about?
never change
What
the
did I
name
say I
of
was
this
right
chat
about?
here.
I literally said I can tell you things I don't
I
like
don't know
about
why you're
Trump.
starting this. It's so fucking stupid.
I like how you're gaslighting. That's funny.
I'm gaslighting? This
Yeah.
entire hour's been gaslighting. Shut the fuck up. Go to Kanye. Oh,
And this was
silence.
thanks for tuning in to Stuck in the Middle.
Yeah, I didn't want this to be stuck in the middle, but that's the name in the fucking Zoom right here. So he's got to keep it going. He had a couple liquid courage shots, so now he wants to take shots at me for no reason. Look,
I tell you what,
I'm open to criticism about Biden. I just can't think of anything off the top of my head. Sue me.
I have trouble remembering stuff.
Cranston,
like,
do
that's
you know
happened a
anything
few
that
years
Biden did that pissed you off? Other than
There was-
pardoning his
there
son,
was-
which I don't blame him for too much.
There was plenty of things that I got annoyed with him about. My memory's not great. Like I can
Me
tell you
too.
one
I
thing.
can't think
one
right
thing
now.
that stands out was not.
I was Googling it too.
was-
Biden critiques.
But
and I
one
can't
thing that
find-
I thought was really stupid with him was the whole entire election thing. The fact that he didn't stand down before the election and let them have a primary.
That's more of a
He should've-
DNC thing, though.
Yeah,
Well, he-
that's not
The
Biden's
whole
fault.
should've
DNC.
He
The whole
should have known
DNC
that
fucked
he
that
was
up.
that old, and he should.
You're asking a man who has dementia to know something. Why would I wouldn't want to step down either.
If anything,
No, but
he listened to the
This is something
critics.
that this is no, but
So
he
maybe
should
that
have.
was the
He
problem.
should have stepped down way before that. He should have just stepped down before.
It was after
and
that
let
first
them-
debate that he
yeah.
lost that
He
he
should have
started
not got
doubting
that
himself.
far. He should have not ran, and they should have had a primary with whoever else was going to run, and they should have had primary, and it shouldn't have been Harris, and it, but he was not. He was too stupid to step down, and this is something Democrats do all
Yes.
the time. This happened with Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She was however years old, a 70, 80 something, and she met with Obama when it was Obama's term. He's like, oh, maybe you should step down and we could get somebody younger in there. But no, because they're too stupid. They're too stubborn.
Yeah.
But Hillary Clinton did the same shit. It was like, no, Hillary has to be the candidate. Hillary's got to be the one to run.
Again,
even though
the
she
DNC and their
people
bullshit
didn't
always.
like the Clintons. A lot of people didn't like Hillary, but instead it had to be. It can't be Bernie Sanders. It has to be Hillary. And then so Hillary runs instead of Bernie, and of course she fucking loses because they do stupid shit. They don't know when to not run, and Biden didn't know when to not put in. He should have.
I think he was confident in himself until he lost that first debate, and then everybody was like, "Come on, man, get out of here." And then
Biden was that he was going to be a bridge candidate. He was never supposed to run for a second.
His first year, he said he was only going to run for 4 years.
Yeah,
he didn't say he was going to run for 8 years.
But then he got
okay.
in there
Here's one,
and then they fucked it, and then they fucked him over. They let him be. They let him be who he was, and then they behind his back. They said, "Hey, you can't run again," and they made him a fucking asshole, and I fucking hate them for that. So they can suck a dick.
Okay, so here's one. Here's a critique which I fucking don't remember, but
you got to look up critiques. That's great.
Yeah, man, that's how fucking
that's colorful.
Good I think he was.
That's fine. You got any more ad hominems for me?
Yeah, that was one too.
Afghanistan withdrawal. He withdrew too early, and it ended up killing 13 service members and 170 more. Yeah, but as far as war, I mean, every president, I kind of feel like no matter fucking what, every president's gonna kill innocent people, and it just when do you pull out? When do you not pull out? I don't know. Border control failures. Okay, I'll give him that. He was too generous with the borders.
Yeah, his immigration policy was trash, and that's absolutely true.
I mean, I think Trump is taking it a little too far, but
that's what happens when you take it too far the other way.
Right. One side does this, and then you do it.
He tried to create a middle ground where Trump was too strict and Democrats wanted something else, and he kind of tried to go in between them. That was like in between what Democrats wanted and what Trump did, and it just didn't work, and it was a big blunder. And it was true, like that he screwed it up. He screwed immigration up really fucking bad. His policies looked good on paper.
I believe Kamala Harris screwed up.
They were not working. So that is that is a legitimate one. I mean,
okay,
they gave Kamala the border, and I believe she screwed that up. I like the idea that Joe Biden screwed it up. I really don't. I can't get behind that.
But that's his administration, isn't it?
I understand. Like you got to give the captain, the captain goes down with the ship. I understand that, but they elected a captain knowing he wasn't all there. So it's like, here's a guy who we can say, it's all his fault. You know what I mean? Like, I don't believe this guy wanted to be the president his whole fucking life. And by the time he gets dementia, they're like, here you go. We're going to give it to you. And they fucking give it to him in this state where he's like, come on, man. And like, did you see him during fucking Obama? He was he was fucking there. He had this energy. He was fucking there. And then 21 to 24,
yeah, but if you surround yourself with the right people, you still get shit done.
No, he surrounded himself with people who used him. He didn't surround himself with the right people.
Listen, that was another thing.
I mean, overall, the economy was doing pretty fucking good. So
this Hillary Clinton bullshit. I don't believe the story that Biden chose not to run because of his son and blah blah blah. He chose not to run because it was Hillary. It was Hillary's got this. It's Hillary.
He knew that the DNC basically picked her.
And he knew, so he just decided not to run, and that was stupid. They should have let him run that, whatever that was, 2016 or whatever the fuck it was, and it should have been him then, but it had to be Hillary because Hillary's a spoiled fuck, and she had to get her way. It had to be Hillary, and then just like that, and it had to be Hillary instead of Bernie, and it's stupid.
How the DNC keeps shooting themselves in the foot.
Do you guys think there's anything weird that the DNC and Biden decided to release that idea over Twitter? It wasn't like a official
idea?
Like I'm not gonna run for president.
Oh,
like that wasn't.
They're saying that he didn't do that. They're saying that somebody else just
not that he didn't. No. Yeah, I don't know about that, but I'm just saying the idea that they released that over Twitter. Like, why not?
Yeah, that was the story that I had heard was that he wasn't the one who decided that. His advisors or whoever the hell it was,
Right,
somebody
because
posted that on Twitter and like made him do it. He didn't come up with that.
It's
Just like there's another
ridiculous.
theory that his wife was the one running the show for like everything. So
It's
yeah,
ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It kind of ties into the whole auto pen thing, but most presidents use the auto pen thing. But the idea that there's some instances where the president may not be there and someone else can still get his signature going it is interesting. I do think, and correct me if I'm wrong, how you guys feel. No matter what president, a Democratic or Republican, I think if President Cranston is making this, I do declare, I do think President Cranston should be the one signing. I don't think maybe wait till then you get back to the U.S. to sign it. It is weird that there's a machine or something else that can sign, because who operates that machine? You know, there's a lot of things that you could ask that lend to too many questions that are unknown that we will never know about the auto pen thing, because apparently it is a machine. It's not like a computer thing. It's actually a machine that holds a pen and fucking can sign like the president, which is fucking wild, right?
Yeah, I think he was a lot more with it at the beginning, like in what was it, 21?
Dude, that goes back to
first couple of years.
That goes back to like Kennedy, by the way. The auto pen is that old, so it's not. I'm just saying in general, the idea that a president can be in a different country and then he's got "I do declare" signed by JFK. It's like,
right.
I don't know how good like an executive authority should be like. I don't have a stamp, or I should be the only one who can fucking "I do declare" that thing. You know what I mean? Like there's two. I don't know. It gives me the heebie-jeebies. I don't know how to put that. There's too many. Who operates the auto pen thing for it to work and to sign it? You know what I mean? Like, how does it? Like, is there
the president should be there, and they should pay attention to all the details and not just have, hey, you think we should do this? Oh yeah, cool. Just click that button or whatever.
Right.
Use the machine.
When I call like Wells Fargo, I'm like, my name is Kenneth Stone and I approve. You know, I have to say this phrase where they're like, yep, like they voice verify me, and like, you know, I don't even know if the auto pen is like, hey, what's up?
It's pretty convenient though. We're all guilty of it. Auto.
How you doing? It's me. No,
electronic
but
signing.
the auto pen. But check this out though. I was under this false assumption too.
Pen.
The auto pen isn't like a computer thing where you're like, hit. It's a legit machine. It's a legit fucking machine that does it. It's not like a computer thing.
It's the same idea though. Like,
right? No.
It's not a real signature. It's
Correct.
like.
Right.
Yeah. It's not authentic.
You're right. But it's an actual pen. Yeah. It's not a printing of the pen, but the pen is being signed by a machine. Yeah. Right. It's one of them salsa. What's the word? Sassy Tesla robots. Salsa. It's one of them salsa Tesla robots.
Okay, let's wrap this up. Like appointment of Merrick Garland. I don't know. The Attorney General is another criticism.
You
don't care?
Who's the Attorney General? Go ahead. Yeah.
Biden.
No. I'll tell you if I can.
Biden appointed Merrick Garland, who really dragged his feet on some things. People, left-wing critics, weren't happy with that. People on the left didn't like that. Lack of clear messaging. The guy's fucking old.
He's still the Attorney General, you're saying?
No, he appointed somebody that sucked, apparently, Merrick Garland. Which, again, I didn't hear about this. I don't fucking know.
But the
apparently
thing, bro.
He dragged his foot on shit.
Garland was the guy who, when whoever that justice was, it might have been Scalia, I forget, but one of the Supreme Court justices
Scoliosis.
died, and Obama appointed Merrick Garland to take that Supreme Court seat, and then Mitch McConnell said, "No,
you can't do it during a presidency."
Supreme Court justice in the last
elections
year of presidency or something,
but then
approve it.
But then
it ended up Trump won, and then it ended up Trump appointed Gorsuch or something. So it ended up
when it worked in his favor, he was cool with it.
So they ended up putting Garland in there.
Cranston, when it worked,
Attorney General.
Cranston, when it worked in his favor, he was cool with it. He's like, no, you can't do that. But now, McConnell's like, no, you can't. You're not allowed to direct presidents
it happened later, and he tried to say that what's his
Yertle the
name
turtle.
couldn't appoint somebody because he tried to like say it wasn't the same standard or some shit. Yeah.
Where you're not allowed. When you're a president, you're not allowed to direct
And then
presidents.
Staring
It was
into
like,
space.
yeah, it was like when it was like Obama in his last year, they couldn't appoint somebody, but when it was somebody else, but when it was Trump in his last year, they could, or some shit like that, right?
Hate it.
Because they're all fucking hypocrites. It's
I was just going to ask you something in regards to being hypocrites, and it was something along those lines. God damn it. Attorney General, Merrick Garland. Fuck. It was somebody. I think it was a bad appointment. Whatever. But I think what you just said, no. Okay. Duke. Like Joe Biden, Cranston, Joe Biden. There are people who he appointed. You're like, no, I don't like that person, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So like the idea that then the rebuttal to that is, the rebut hole to that is, well, look who Trump appointed. It's like, no, well, I don't agree with that either, though.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying. I'm sick of the deflection. Stick to one thing. If it's a criticism, stick to that thing. We don't need to hear about Trump or Biden. We need to hear. Stick to the facts.
Stick to the facts.
Well, yeah,
and that goes for both.
Deflection. It's a tactic to fucking piss people off, gaslight them, and get away from the fucking focal point.
Stick to the facts goes for the person asking the question and them answering the question. It's like if you're going to ask somebody if this appointee pissed you off, but then I ask you,
yeah, but how about Trump's appointee? Or
But
I don't
it's
care.
more like this.
I don't care. Don't bother
look
me.
at the Secretary of Defense. The Secretary of Defense under Biden was a 4-star general. A 4-star general, in my opinion, is qualified to be Secretary of Defense. The Secretary of Defense now under Trump was a captain, which is way the hell lower than a general, and he had a drinking problem. And I get that he said he was going to quit drinking for the job, but I'm not sure that that's really the best
that's
idea
not the best
for
example,
the Secretary of Defense to have somebody who was a captain who had a drinking problem and I get where they're thinking about it because they're trying to think outside the box. They're trying to say okay, we did 4-star generals. It didn't work. Let's put somebody who's lower, who's still got combat experience or whatever.
Right.
I mean,
may I throw this at you then, Cranston? You threw that out there. Exactly. And then I'll throw this at you. How about a really bad, what was it? Secretary of Department of Health? Rachel Levine?
I don't know who it is. Is that the transgender one, or is that somebody else?
Yep.
Right.
Only transgender.
That was
that was for optics, obviously.
But besides optics, though, that
Harvard.
wasn't
Harvard.
Did she see? I don't know anything about her, but yeah, I mean,
it's not about where they went, and it's not about who they were, but it's about the information they were espousing. It's not about they were trans. It's just about the idea that the person, being Secretary of Health wasn't too health conscious. Being fat wasn't necessarily your fault. It wasn't because you were eating poorly. It wasn't because America has prioritized foods that aren't good as opposed to healthy foods. There was no introspective look on why. It was just it's not your fault. It's like, well, hold up. A lot of the, literally, I can go to McDonald's and buy a hamburger for $3. But if I go to my Wegmans or my Publix and I try to buy a fucking head of romaine lettuce, that's $5. That doesn't include protein. So, I mean, at that point, that's not true. You know what I mean? You can obviously processed foods are cheaper. That was a. Yeah. I don't understand your point there. We're trying to. You're the Secretary of Health, not the Secretary of Hunger. Not the Secretary of Starvation. So there was a lot of weird things that the Secretary of Health, espoused.
Whoever you listen to is going to amplify what's going on way worse. So if you're listening to what the Democrats say, the Republicans are fucking Nazis, the worst ever. And if you talk to the Republicans, the Democrats are Nazis, the worst ever. I mean, it's literally the same and it's probably not what
Bro.
either one of them is saying. So you kind of got to watch where you get your information from, because they amplify people and then they get people into these false narratives, and it just causes a bunch of bullshit.
I was looking back, and I always thought FDR. What number presidents was FDR? Without looking it up, do you remember?
No idea.
No.
Dude, I always thought for some reason I had this Grover Cleveland vibe. I thought like he was there and he wasn't, and he was there. He actually, and I was mistaken. FDR went for 4 terms. In his 4th term is when he passed away. So he was only the 32nd president. I always thought he was like the 32nd and 34th or something like that. I didn't realize it was that long.
They passed the
He
term
did.
limits
Changed the
like
term
sometime
limits,
in it was sometime in like the mid
After him,
1900s. Like I don't remember.
No, I believe it was FDR. He passed his own rule, said nobody can pull this shit because this is a little ridiculous. Is pretty much what he said. Fuck, why did I bring that up? I brought that up for a reason. It wasn't the term limits thing. It was what were we just talking about? I'm sorry, my apologies.
We got into this whole thing because we were talking about Kanye being dressing like a Klansman for attention.
No, it was just, I'm talking. We were just talking about it. It wasn't. You don't remember what we were just talking about?
Was it the Department of Health? Was it appointees that weren't good under this president or something?
You were talking about FDR and term limits.
No,
I know. I just did that. I forget why. No, there was a reason why I brought up
32nd. He was the 32nd president, and he did 4 terms, and he died.
It wasn't a term limit thing. It was like a hell thing. I'm trying to figure it out, but whatever. It doesn't matter.
He's from Georgia. I didn't know. He died in Georgia.
I had no idea that it was only the 32nd. I thought he was like 33rd and 3rd. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know he was like the 32nd. Just all together for some reason.
Oh, okay. You figured that because he had 4 terms.
Yeah, it was like a Grover Cleveland thing.
32nd, 33rd, 34, but instead it was just they count it once.
Right, they count it once. Yeah.
I got you.
I was
they count it once, even though it was 4 terms.
Yeah, I had fucking no idea. I was like, say what? But it was something he did that I wanted to bring up, but I forget now. So it doesn't really matter.
What's his main thing that he did, which was
he helped during. He helped during the Great Depression, and then he came back.
Right. He rebounded the economy from the Great Depression, and then what did he pass? God damn it, I don't remember. This was so long ago.
It doesn't. Yeah, I know.
The first New Deal. So the New Deal, that's what it was.
It was something about a president's thing. I went back on a president's thing, and I was so shocked to see. Like, they're like, do you remember presidents 3 through 13? You know what I mean? Like, it was so weird to see something like Zachary
George
Taylor.
Washington, Lincoln,
George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, John Adams,
right?
And then
the first couple,
4 through
like, blah 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 blah,
Abraham Lincoln. Yeah, exactly. There's some weird
and then
shit.
George W. Bush, and you're like, wow, how did we get here?
I did not have sex with these weapons of mass destruction. Wait, what?
Oh, Shamrock.
See what I did there?
Okay, she's dealing with some health stuff, and
what's up, Sham?
Hasn't been around.
How's she doing right now, Shamrock? How are you doing right now? Do you want to call in? Do you want to talk about any of this? Please let us know.
Said she's been listening to a lot of left-wing media.
You got to throw the number back up there.
What's the Shamrock? You've been listening to a lot of left-wing media.
Oh, she just got in.
Not to say there's anything wrong with that, but what is the main thing you keep hearing on left-wing media? Whether you want to call in 954-546-3455 or just write it in the chat. Is there
Trump
any
is the new
reoccurring
Hitler.
theme? I wish we had people calling in from the right. I want to know what their main thing, like, what do they hear? Like, what is the thing that, what is infallible to them? He's doing the best on this and that he will never fail. Like, I don't watch Fox. I don't pay attention to. I really have been doing my best to not pay attention to politics, which
so you're not informed.
No.
That's where I've been the last 10 years, goddammit.
No, you haven't.
Stop attacking me.
I've been actually doing.
Facebook doesn't count.
you said you get all your news from social media. I've been doing my best to not get any news from anywhere. It's been difficult.
I rarely actually click the articles because I really don't give a fuck. It's more entertainment. Like I've been trying to do with this podcast. Let's make it lighthearted. Let's make it fun. Let's do weird news. Let's do funny shit. I don't give a fuck about the tornado shit going on around.
I didn't know that me commenting that about Kanye doing that to get attention was going to turn into like a 40-minute.
That's beautiful.
Sidebar.
See right there. No. But that's what you don't understand. That's content. That's good content, and people enjoy that because that kind of thing is on the tips of people's mind. They don't address to a friend or whatnot. Like they're, like what they just witnessed me and Duke do and Cranston was a part of is how a lot of people feel. They go through, hey, I'm good friends with someone. We have a disagreement, but there is this, this realm where we very often do not cross because it gets a little heated. But it's good.
Pointless though. Nothing got accomplished.
I disagree, man. I really do. Disagree.
I feel like we did bring it together and we agreed on a lot of things. But was it worth the flare up? I mean, it was. It was because the idea that people tiptoe around it is ridiculous. We should talk about these things. It's fine. Just for me.
With Josh, you can always talk politics shit with Josh, and you're still gonna be friends. Like he doesn't ever take anything fucking personal. I've gotten.
I try not
stuck.
to.
Me and Josh used to get heated a lot of times on Stuck. We would fight with each other hardcore, and then at the end of the day, I would give him a hug before I go home. There was never any hard feelings, but some people are not like that. And I know Josh likes to talk politics, so
it's good to see that. That's all. That's all I feel. That's all I feel. I'm not trying to push buttons. Hey, look, we can talk and we're still friends after that part and we move on. We had a little what for, but all is well, and now we go on to some other bullshit, like some guy throwing poop at everybody.
Shamrock is echoing what we were all saying. She said she's finding it entertaining. Well, not entertaining, but good for her mental health to kind of weed out the far left and the far right bullshit because they're both just fucking nuts right now.
Right.
And she said that you can speak politics, but you got to let the politics stay impersonal. You don't want to let it end relationships. You have your conversation, but you shake hands at the end.
Exactly. And it's hard for some people.
We hope you're doing good,
now.
Shamrock. We love you.
I see a lot of people on.
I've had it with me and Shamrock have had it. We have hashed it out a few times too, where we got pissed off at each other, like freaking stop talking for 3 months and then.
But what's crazy,
up,
But dude, Cranston, after the heat dies down, you realize that you disagreed about 2 things and you agree about 13 things.
No, yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? It's just
where
wait,
I
what?
I get annoyed is when it starts turning into insults. That's when I start, that's when I start getting annoyed. Because,
I agree with you.
Because I don't want to not like one of my friends anymore because we started getting insults about some stupid political bullshit that I don't care about. I don't want to lose my friend over some stupid political bullshit.
Ad hominems can suck a dick.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I concur. Duke, do you concur?
I would have, yeah. I was going to say something, but I don't want to get canceled.
Say it.
In the words of Kanye West, wow, power.
What, you're joining the KKK? It's not that bad,
joining
bro.
The Nazi party.
It's not that bad. You saw his new outfit, though. it's not necessarily what you think it is, but it's also what you think it is. You know what I mean? Because I've never seen this color uniform before. Have you? I've seen red. I've seen white.
He's taking the Ku Klux Klan's shit and reversing it and making it a black power thing.
I think they do have black robes sometimes.
I believe it.
Be wrong,
oh yeah, that's true.
But I think they do. I don't know if it's for when they do shit.
He was obviously doing it to get a
I
rise out of the
do.
black dude.
I'm just saying, me personally, at all the Klan meetings I've been to, I've never seen the black robe out. I've seen the red.
I've never seen it.
I've worn the white myself with the hood.
We all have, right?
But, but I've never seen the black one. That's all. in
when
life.
I lived
really.
in Arkansas, there's literally a stretch of highway that has those adopt a highway signs, and then
Right.
there's an adopt a highway sign that says this is adopt a highway sponsored by Knights of the Ku Klux Klan. It's like, and we used to always joke about it when we drive through there, like this is where you throw your trash out. Like,
Yeah.
throw your trash out there.
Right, like while you're driving on this highway, it says the Knights of the Ku Klux Klan says pick up your litter. It's like, wait, what the fuck?
That's it, like literally like what it was.
Okay, roll
Like-
the tape.
like-
I gotta see
like-
this. There's so much of it.
Like, you know how you drive by sometimes on highways and you see prison vans off to the side and the guys in the orange jumpsuits, you know, they're picking up trash, you know, but in this area, you drive by the highway and it's dudes in white KKK outfits and they're just willingly picking up trash just for, hey neighbor, how you doing? Just like, wait, what the fuck is going on? A little too nice, you know what I mean? A little too cool, a little too, you guys are supposed to be trashy. You're not supposed to be environmentalists, right? It's a little liberal leaning, right?
My buddy took some white paint and he wrote a sign that said no trash, all in white, hung it up at the front of his property.
Couldn't see it. Goddamn white everywhere. Couldn't see a damn thing. Didn't know what he was talking about. Too much white.
No.
So what's this guy's name? Academus?
Oh.
Academus?
Yeah, sure. I don't know.
I think his name is Academus. So he works for Entertainment Tonight, and I don't know why they're like, you know what? Go interview Kanye. That sounds like a good idea, right? And he's like, yeah, sure. You know, what could go wrong? And Duke, you told me at first that Kanye met him like normal wise. He was like, hey, what's up, man? It's me, it's Kanye. He shook his hand or whatever.
At the beginning, like before he just walks in, had a normal conversation, then he's like, wait, I'll be right back.
So then this picks up when he says, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Hold up.
I'll be right back.
I gotta go change real quick.
Yeah. Well, he didn't hint that. He was just like, let me do so. I'll be right back.
He didn't say that, but
we got to look at this guy's reaction.
And he's like, yo, let me adjust the mic. Let's make sure we get like he's all focused in the interview. Like, listen,
No.
no, all right, let me. We're gonna sit right here. Look,
Okay, you can get a good angle.
you get a good, like he's so in the moment. He has no idea.
Looks like he's about to fuck a prostitute. What's
not
going
even,
on?
not even. Like
He's getting ready.
he's a hoe. Yeah, I know. All right, right here. Should I fuck her right here?
Yeah, let me rub my dick and let me get ready for a second.
So when they come in, they're gonna blow me right here, right? No. But like he's all like host, he's all professional. All right, right here. Like, should I put my arm out? Right. Hey, testing. 1, 2, 3. Kanye. Hey, how you doing, sir?
I
Nice to
haven't
meet
really
you.
looked at.
He's
I
all
haven't
pumped
really
to
looked
meet
at
him.
His reaction. I feel like that's gonna be
because
the best part.
Kanye punked him though. Kanye came in
Yeah.
as Kanye. He's like, I'll be right back. He's all right. Okay, cool. We're gonna sit right here. All right.
Was Ashton
He's gonna sit
Kutcher
next
in
to
on
me.
this?
He's gonna sit next to me right here. All right, hey, bud. Hey, pleasure to meet you. You're a professional gentleman, and it's nice to know you as well as me. I too am professional. Thank you, sir. Oh, okay. He's coming. Okay. I'm ready for him to sit right next to me in my left arm. Like he's expecting Kanye to kind of park up on the left of him, right? You know what I mean? He's like this. Why don't you take a seat? Hey. Why don't you take a seat right here? Right here. Come sit next to me. And then Grandmaster Wizard Kanye walks in.
Wherever you want. You can sit right here. You do your thing.
And now I gotta put a
Why is
mic.
this guy acting so normal? He's no reaction right now. He's like, oh, it's Kanye. He's fucking crazy.
Is this April Fool's? Is this April 1st? No. This is like March 21st, bro. This is so far removed from April Fool's. It's like February 2nd. You know, it's like we recorded this like 3 months ago, just so you know.
Do
And,
not
like,
post it on April 1st.
Yeah.
We want to make sure people know it's serious.
I know the Duke reaction just wants the whole Duke watches videos. But like just imagine being this guy and like now I have to put a lavalier mic on a guy in a KKK uniform. This is cool. Wait, do you mind if I move your black hating badge over to the left real quick? I need to put this microphone right there. I see right by your heart you have an I hate Jews sign, but I need to scoot that over just a tad so I can get my mic there. Is that cool with you? That's fine. I hate Jews.
Okay. So
This guy's acting really chill.
Like, how are you You know, like, I don't understand exactly what you're saying. Like, he's acting so chill. It's just like he was expecting it. You know, did Kanye at least tell him, like, hey, I'm going to come out with a black KKK uniform? Or is like, or did he at least say, hey, I'm going to go. He did that slow wink. I'm going to go change real quick.
Yeah. Shamrock, I agree with you. It's fucking attention.
Yeah, that was what I was saying. That's how the whole political thing started. Because
he might have a new album coming out. He's got to
does it for
get
attention.
some press.
You don't think at all a dab of mental illness? I think this is mental illness.
Oh, no, we said that too. I think when you got up, we were talking about that part of it's because he's like off his meds or something, but like the other part of it's for attention, but it may be maybe it's because he's off his meds that he wants the attention. I don't know. Something like that.
Oh shit!
Because he's definitely not the same Kanye West that was like talking about George Bush doesn't care about black people or whatever.
No, at this point, before his mom died and he went off the deep end.
At this point, we wish his mouth was fucking jawed shut. He couldn't say anything.
Because I used to be a fan like fucking 20 years ago, but I don't really care for his shit anymore.
Sick of his shit, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's wearing a Grandmastered Wizard.
Do we know?
It's a Blair Witch costume. That's what it is. He's going to be in the Blair Witch sequel. It's going to.
Do we know any nuggets
Witch.
that came from this interview? Because I heard that he dropped a couple things, and I have no idea.
Okay, so I'm going to save the best for last, in my opinion. But there's two other nuggets. He calls John Legend, he calls him a vegetable. He calls him some type of mashed vegetable. He
smells like
he calls him
potatoes.
Yeah. You want to see that one real quick?
I heard about it. Yeah.
Like, why you got to say that about John Legend? Why are you being so descriptive?
You niggas is not masterminds. And you niggas should never have ever.
I don't like he's saying those words. NPass Solutions called me again today. Like, you sure you want to?
They said we're revoking Kanye's N-word pass.
Yeah, we got it. We got to take that back, bro.
You niggas is not masterminds.
I don't know what's going on.
You niggas should never have ever gone. Look at John Legend, old sissy ass.
Do that captcha.
Every time I do it, it fucking lies.
I'm
trying. I can't zoom in, so whatever. All right, I'm
ninjas are not masterminds. We heard that. Well, anyways, he said John Legend smelled like mashed potatoes.
Did he? God damn it. We fucking missed it.
Should never have ever gone. Look at John Legend, old sissy ass. I ain't never do nothing wrong to that nigga. I changed generations of his life. And they got all that faggot ass hot sweater nigga come up and just, this nigga wears sweaters in motherfucking August in Barbados. John Legend and mashed potato.
Barbados.
Why
does he pronounce it like that? Barbados. He wears sweaters in Barbados.
Like, why is wearing a sweater in Barbados like not like weird, but it's wearing a Klan costume?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You're wearing a Klan costume inside, but a sweater in Barbados is fucking wild to you, cuz. Like, whoa.
So. No, they said he smelled like mashed potatoes. I don't know where I got this from.
So all these relationships.
Yeah.
And what a good host. He's not even taking the mashed potatoes bait.
Yeah,
He's like, but what about the relationships? Okay. He just said John Legend smells like mashed potatoes. Okay.
He probably does.
No problem. I believe him. He's wearing a KKK uniform. It's probably true.
This our new president soon.
Probably true.
I love it.
How about him? I mean, what else would you do wearing some type of KKK uniform without going a rant against the Jews?
A Drake to be out of there. Why do they want somebody with no hits like Kendrick to do the Super Bowl?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Like, this is a theory I had. The people that
Team
ran...
Drake.
He's wearing a KKK outfit, and he's giving theory.
So does that mean Drake is endorsed by the KKK now?
Yo... And our buddy is just sitting here with his hands crossed, like
yeah. I feel you, bro.
That's legit. That's legit. That's a good point. That's a good point.
He's sitting there thinking he's sitting there like, I can't believe I fucking showed up for this goddamn
like,
interview. I can't believe I fell for
he's
this.
thinking,
This
you know how many
crazy
people are gonna
motherfucker.
watch this?
I don't even know, dude. I feel like this face right here says, I've never wanted to punch a man so hard. He's just sitting there like, I have to keep my fingers buckled like this because if I don't, it just happens so fast.
That run the Super Bowl had to come.
And like when he's pointing at you, you know, and doing like Hulk Hogan type, dun, 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 when the Nazis coming out and it hurts inside. You're like,
The people
no.
run the music industry and be like, you guys, you're letting your niggers get out of hand.
Jesus.
Oh my God, that Kanye. Would somebody take a knee for it? Where's he out of there? See, that's the problem. You let him last
I like
too
the white
long.
voice.
I know. Why is he's a white voice and this guy
He
was
went
like,
full KKK. Jesus.
I've never seen a man make a constipated face when he wasn't constipated before.
I've never heard a black man say that word so
I know.
racistly.
That's never sound. I've never been like, even I was like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, and I want to say it, you know, I get NPAS solutions calling me all the time. Like, bro, you can't take our call. And even that made me go, whoa. Some of them.
In our league, they're for 2 years, 3 years, they're out of there. We deal with, we got Tom Brady, he's great. You know, we made Mahomes throw that fucking Super Bowl, you know, so Tom could get his 7th ring and shit. But, like, you guys at the music industry.
I can't listen to this fucking guy.
But this is the best one, okay? This is the best one. I promise you'll like it. So,
the fuck are we even talking about?
Kanye West, in this
Just on
moment,
tangent.
says he's evil, right? And the dude, our dude right here, gives him nothing. He gives him nothing but awkward silence, literally for like 11 seconds. It's fantastic. It's probably one of the best moments in television history I've seen in quite a while that they let it go this long. So just enjoy this for what it is. This is going to be on Entertainment Tonight. Kanye West says he's evil, and the host just gives him nothing for like 11 seconds.
It feels like you still have a little bit of animosity there.
I'm evil.
You don't think about like his family and people, other people that
How
love him?
long was that?
That was 8 seconds.
Come on.
It feels like you
8
still have a little bit of
seconds.
animosity there.
I'm evil.
All right, I'm evil ends at 3 seconds right here. All right, so we got 3, 4, 5, 6.
No, I got the
7,
timer.
8, 9, 10, 11.
You don't think about like his family. And
You're right. Yeah, 8 seconds of. You don't think that's stupid? Like, you know, like that's really what he said. Like, you don't think you're stupid for saying that?
You don't think about like his family and people, other people that love him.
I am an evil person.
You don't think that. It feels like you still have a little
You don't mean that.
bit of animosity there.
I'm evil.
Awkward.
You don't think about like his family and
This
people,
is fucking so good. I'm so glad he gave him nothing when he said I'm evil. Like he could have went like, no, you can't, or like maybe he just went.
He's trying to plan his next move or like his route out of this fucking place. Even though it's his home,
exactly
even though
what
it's
he's
his home,
doing.
he's got to leave.
He's
He's like, this is yours now, Kanye. I gotta go.
Say maybe I can hop out the exit hatch right there. I don't know.
He's gonna just jump out the window and shit.
Breaking news: Kanye's crazy as fuck.
Yeah. Who
Who'da
knew?
thunk?
Who fucking knew? Boom, boom, boom. I'm evil. He just says it like such a gay way. I'm evil.
Evil, his one and only name.
Evil.
We've gone way long tonight, Ty.
Yeah, can we do some videos, please, and then go?
I don't even
Just
know
like
if-
one or two.
Yeah. You know what?
I need some clips,
You pick the videos, or you pick the songs.
We forgot the Key
I
West
know
guy
the corpse
again.
fucker.
Fucking, we
I
forgot.
know.
Oh, I guess we had to do it next time.
He's evergreen. He's evergreen.
He's evergreen.
He can fuck any dead body
He
anytime
died
he
like
wants
100
to.
years ago, so I think.
He's good.
Okay. Videos. How about this guy? This isn't like funny, but it happened. Here you go.
It
It's
isn't
the
funny,
newest one.
but it isn't not funny.
Right.
It's nothing funny. Okay, which one? Did you just send it?
Yep.
It's a little funny or not.
It's a little hard to watch, but welcome back, baseball, baby.
Oh, is this the?
Oh yeah, on this one, yeah. There's
wait.
nothing funny on
Baseball guy or light him up guy?
Light him up.
Okay,
It's funnier. Whatever's funnier.
What did they give him? A fucking firecracker?
Yeah, it's one of those cigarettes that like blows up, like a prank.
Exploding
Just
cigarette.
a prank, bro.
It's just
Remember
a
they used
prank.
to have like the fucking prank. They used to have like joke gum.
Yeah, basically.
Give
That's
them
what it
like
is.
they had like gum that when you start chewing it, like ink came out of it or something.
Yeah,
They used to have it in the Pee Wee Herman movies. He was like offering the dude gum, and then he's sitting there chewing it, and his mouth was all black.
Yeah.
This one, when you
Listen to
started
his
chewing
words
it, it
before.
blew up. It's just a unk.
Add my cigarette. Thank you.
Oh shit!
But you know what? You know what though? That's all right.
What did he say? That's all right. That's all right.
One more game.
Man, he played that off
My
nice.
cigarette.
Like the legs cross is kind of whatever,
Yeah.
but
The fact he wasn't barely phased by this.
really set him straight real quick though.
He keeps smoking
Thank
and
you.
shit.
You know what? You know what?
But you know what? You know what though? That's all right.
That's all right.
That's all right.
I like a guy who can take a good joke. You know what? You know what? No, that's all right.
That's all right.
That's almost like a intro show where you know what? You know what? That's all right. That's all right. How about making up words? You know,
Gibberish, man.
yeah, you're going to maybe you're going to get your car fixed, something like that, but you intentionally just make up words to the guy who's fixing your
But you
car.
know what? That's all right.
But
though.
you know what? But you know what? That's all right. This is great.
Give him a cigarette.
I kind of want to do this now to like if I go to a drive-through, if I go to a restaurant, I just want to do this so bad.
After you change the oil, is it like thing with the X Men?
What's up?
Is that the thing right there with the extra lockers with the oils? Who's niggas?
I'm sorry, I didn't even catch that.
When you get the extra like right there on the oils for the cadavers and you open the engine and then it be like extra grabbers lick the cadavers. Like you know how you get when you pull.
No. See, when you change the oil and then it's like as what you do with the light.
Yeah,
What? That's what he keeps saying the first part fine and then he trails off with
it, right?
Right.
And then you get
I
the
catch a
oil.
niner?
Yeah.
Right? After you pop the hood, did it go as scrapless pebbles, right? And then you realize like when you bag it up and renew the freshness of the oil.
I'm just like, I don't know if I'm misunderstanding what you're saying or.
I'm saying like when you redo the freshness of the oil, right?
Right.
And you bag it.
So when I change the oil.
Right, and you realize that it's scrapless as glucose, you know what I'm saying? And you get the like type of thing over there from the wall. Is it like that scrapless right there when you pour it in the engine?
That oil is like clean? You mean is it fresh?
It's an extra libbity dibbities right there on the walls with the pebbles are fresh.
The oil in there, is it fresh?
Yeah, like it's an extra pebbles right there, diggity is a freshness on the wall.
I don't know if I'm just like misunderstanding you or like you're asking about oil.
I don't know, like if I'm done.
What would you do in that situation? Would you play along? Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's such a because you're trying to be like
Yeah.
PC
He's the
and
customer. The
correct,
customer's
and
always right.
And you don't know, like, are you driving me right now? Are you talking? You talking?
He
real
looks like Chris Farley from Tommy Boy too. That's who he reminds me of. I keep expecting him to start talking about sticking his head in a bull's ass or something.
Yeah.
He looks like Patty the Batty who gained weight. I don't know if you know who that is, but he's a UFC fighter, and he's getting a little fat right now, and he looks just like that guy. Patty.
There's some ones that are like this where they do like job interviews and they start talking just random gibberish nonsense at the job interviews. It's pretty funny.
Did you guys see this one? This guy has the worst baseball. I hate baseball, by the way, and this is one of the reasons why I hate baseball, because something like this could happen. This guy gets literally a double whammy, and not how you're thinking it happens. So keep an eye on the pitcher right here. Okay, you see this guy right here? See him right here? Okay. So watch. He's the pitcher right here. All right. So the ball hits the pitcher in the shin. Okay. Let me replay it, and just now you have that in mind. Watch. I said a double whammy. And watch. Did you see? So yeah, the fucking batter hits the ball right into the dude's shin, and the fucking third baseman runs to get the ball and throw it to first base and hits the guy in the back of the head. Wow. Duke, do you have Benny Hill music queued up? Can we do some Benny Hill?
I think we can do better than that, but yeah, let's.
All right, ready? The music is muted, and you start, and I'll play. Fuck. All right, good job. Good job. Yeah. Horrible baseball play, by the way, but all right. Good shit. Do you guys got any videos you want to see? We got blindfolded MMA, woman attacked by Dust Devil.
I just sent a couple, so the last like 4 or 5, just you choose what you think you like.
Choose your own adventure.
You tell me some. You tell me some. We got a lot.
Well, I'd have to scroll. All the way to the others.
You had the "Don't Be a Menace" in the fucking church thing. Are you gonna? Unless you're gonna save it for next time.
Yeah, we can save that one.
Because you got a church, you got the story that goes with it.
Yeah.
Ripco Val, we got the Val thing.
Val Kilmer, RIP once again.
I had that Pokemon one. That was kind of funny.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch that one yet.
It was like a dude who was just like making fun of somebody who was collecting Pokemon cards, I guess.
Oh, we're getting a little hint in the chat. Music emoji. I know what that means.
I posted it to the chat. It's somebody was getting making fun of Pokemon. She was getting mad because he was making up the names. He was just making shit up. Oh. She was like, those aren't real Pokemon. He's making them all up. She was like, I don't know if she called the police or something complaining about it. She was like, he keeps making wrong names for the Pokemon.
It's not somebody you want to hang out with.
Talk about fucking no sense of humor over there.
Sorry, babe, but I blew it all on betting on the Check blindfolded MMA. Check has some crazy shit going on.
What? That's my song.
Is this real or fake? Is it real or fake? Oh, shit.
That can't be. I don't know. Is that real?
We didn't get the whole thing.
It only took them 40 seconds to find something else.
Yeah, sometimes the fights take like 10 minutes to start. It's a bummer.
These guys would suck at Marco Polo.
Marco Polo.
Yes, that is blind MMA, by the way. Supposedly, I don't know.
That's just them fighting there. You guys want to see a dog going down the stairs unpleasantly?
Yes, of course.
This is amazing for all our animal lovers out there. If it ever works, if it comes to fruition.
We have a theme of unpleasant animal things for all us animal lovers.
But this dog, by the way, took it upon himself to go down the stairs like this. This has nothing to do with people.
Okay. It's not that bad.
No. Yeah. I mean, it kinda. I mean, look at the dog. He just decides to go down.
For a nice visual.
He goes down literally balls first. So watch the dog. And he's gonna go downstairs. Look at his balls though. Ow, 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 ow. Cranston, thoughts?
Ouch.
Yeah. Doesn't look like it'd be fun.
Cranston's like, yeah, that's how I go downstairs all the time.
He's like,
too.
that's my Friday night.
We used to go down the stairs with an air mattress.
Cranston,
An air mattress to the top of the stairs. And
Okay. I'm glad you clarified, because when you were watching this, I just saw you like days out, like having flashbacks, and I was like, oh no, oh god, no, this is what happened. But now you clarified, like, yeah, we would just do this with air mattresses. I was like, oh, thank God. I thought you were like, I remember back in Nam.
Yeah, he had PTSD.
We would go downstairs, balls first. But no, it was just fun with air mattresses. Thank God. Woo! Woo! Dodged a bullet there. No pun intended. No pun intended. No P. Diddy intended. Sorry. I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that.
Man.
All right. Okay. All right.
There's a couple more. I don't know if you want to.
The comments are hilarious on that too. Somebody says they said that's nuts, and he's got some balls.
Fuck yeah. That did take balls. Did you see?
I'm gonna try that.
You don't even have stairs. You're just gonna.
I do have a dog's name, so.
I have a dog and no stairs. I'm gonna try that. What is that? What does that mean? I don't know. You tell me. This is weird. This just seems like God smiting somebody. Like, but not like.
Yeah, this is weird.
Yeah. It like they did.
Have you ever been in one of these before? By the way,
I can seen one. Safely say no. I believe. How about you?
Well, you don't remember, but we drove through one in Texas.
No, but like I'm talking about a personal one. Like this is a personal attack.
No, not. It was wild though. I had never seen one, and I was like, "Well, are we gonna die? Is this a tornado?
Yeah.
What the fuck?"
Oh yeah, that was like bad timing. How that shit happened.
This was a personal affront on this person. Like God smited. Like, how dare you jerk off before you go to work? Like it wasn't something bad, but it was just like you still shouldn't do this. Because, like, how does a dust devil just come out of nowhere and attack a poor lady? It spawns right where she's walking.
This is how you spawn in Fortnite.
I was expecting to see, like, naked Terminator there. Like,
yeah.
Or T-1000 just butt nude, just sitting there, like, yeah. I'm here to protect you. I don't need your protection.
Come with me if you want to live.
I'm here for clothes. I need clothes. Do you have clothes?
I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
Fuck you,
and
asshole.
your motorcycle. Any other videos? We got a lot, but
I just posted the
I have to go to bed.
one in there.
All right, well, let's do Cranston's video as the last one, and we'll get out of here because I really do have to go to bed. I gotta wake up so fucking early. I'm glad my phone's back on though. That makes me feel better. Thought it was dead for good. I did.
It'll probably like die as soon as we like work on the show. Like, quit working tomorrow morning or something.
Hell yeah.
You're lucky. You're lucky with that. For now.
Wait a minute, Cranston. Which one did you post? Because now we have. The Pokemon one?
It's probably like somebody posted two in front of it. Oh, I can repost it.
We got non-aesthetic things. She was the main character, and
it says, and he starts calling the Pokemon. It's from It says Grumpy Cactus.
Let's see what this one's all about.
Big dick, everyone.
He told me about.
Bring this over here.
Boy who actually told me about Tinder. What's up, Ray Ray? He told me to get this like Pokemon's app right here, so I went and got it, and they got these cool little characters like dinosaurs and ducks and shit, you know.
This guy shows up and he starts calling the Pokemon by the wrong names. I don't know, just
I remember this. This is a skit. Why did it stop?
On purpose to patronize me, making fun of me. I don't know what his deal was. He called Bulbasaur.
That's Onion Turtle. Geodude, Punchy Rock.
Meowth.
That cat with them long ass arms.
Ekans.
Purple shit.
He called Diglett.
That's floor shit right there.
And Doug Trio.
That's 3 floor shit.
Pikachu, but Everybody knows Pikachu.
Oh yeah, that's Pikachu right there.
He called Weepin' Bell.
Oh, that's almost a pair. You know, Hardy Wiener.
B-Drill.
Everybody know that's Big Dick B.
Bees don't even have
The boy who actually told me about Tinder. What's up, Ray Ray? He told me to get this like POKEMAN's app right here, so I went and got it. And they got these cool little characters like dinosaurs and ducks and shit.
Over now.
This guy should.
I love that. I totally forgot about that skit. She's all like it goes a little longer. There's a third person too. No, like have you seen it?
I haven't seen the other.
It's pretty
part
funny.
of it.
Yeah. Like she's so mad that this guy's just not calling Pokemon by the right name. Yeah, that's 3 floor shits right there. That's floor shit right there, Diglett. It's floor shit.
They take their Pokemon real seriously, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's some serious shit.
That's 3 floor shits right there. And that's Pikachu. Everyone knows Pikachu, and like even he calls him Pikachu. But then it gets back to the bullshit names.
Everybody knows Pikachu.
Yeah, everyone knows Pikachu.
That's 3 floor shits. That's floor shit.
That's 3 floor shits right there. How about self-defense from the 90s? This is good. This is good. This is funny. This guy's great. This is the guy you want. This is the guy you want teaching you self-defense.
You got a little bit of a scenario. You're at a party.
We got a little bit of a scenario. I love that guy. That's how we got a little bit of a scenario. We're at a party, right? And this is how this fucking little midget fights. Watch this.
You're minding your own business. A big bully comes up and starts to rap.
You're kind of a jerk, kind of a little short, punky.
He just spits his beard. You're kind of a jerk. You're kind of a little short punk. And the guy goes and just spits his beer in his face. Watch the next one. Okay.
Is it dirty? Okay, but it works.
Is it dirty? Okay, but it works. And like that's his excuse. Here, ready? Here's this one.
What you might call a diversion. I normally wear glasses. Okay.
Okay.
He's going to be the bully.
Why don't you just take your little ass down the road, buddy? Why don't you just take
If you're going to fight, I want to take my glasses off.
Oh, take your little glasses off.
Did you see what he does?
He's got a little bit.
He takes his glasses off and he goes, and he throws his glasses in the guy's face. Like that's going to like, bro.
He's like little bitch from basketball.
Yeah. And every big guy has to let him know, what's up, little man? What's up, little bitch?
Think you're tough?
Yeah, you're not supposed to say that.
Bit of a scenario. You're at a party. You're minding your own business. A big bully comes up and starts to rap.
You're kind of a jerk, kind of a little short, punky.
Okay. Is it dirty? Okay, but it works. Another, what you might call a diversion. I normally wear glasses. Okay. He's going to be the bully.
Why don't you just take your little ass down the road, buddy? Why don't you just take
If you're going to fight, I want to take my glasses off.
Oh, take your little glasses off.
So bad. It's so bad. Listen, if we're going to fight, I want to take my glasses off. Who says that?
I think we should do some shameless promotion and go back to the Pokemon if we can for a second.
Yeah, where's the
There's a short video starring Josh, and even I have a little cameo in it. About this is back when Pokemon Go came out. I thought it was pretty funny.
Do you got
it's not the full skit. Yeah.
Okay. It's okay.
It's the shortened version.
All right. Is it sent to the chat?
Yes, it is.
Sweet. This is what you said when Pokemon Go came out.
Yeah. So this was kind of like an intervention, Dr. Phil kind of thing, where somebody is addicted to Pokemon Go and his friends call an intervention on him.
They're playing way too much Pokemon Go.
What? You recognize them?
What are you guys doing here?
You never would have came if I didn't tell you there was a Charizard here. Sit down.
So remember, there was like Pokemon Go bases, and you could go to a certain area and be guaranteed a certain Pokemon.
Right.
So the idea was he wouldn't have came
Kind
to
of a
this
live
area
GPS thing.
if he didn't know that there was a Charizard here. You wouldn't have known if there wasn't a Charizard here. You wouldn't
I
have
need a
never,
wig like that.
Yeah, you would never.
There's Banjo to
I
the
know.
left.
Pangy Pan. R.I.P. buddy. And Ryan. Bald Ryan.
Yeah, also RP.
Yeah.
Who's next? This is
And
like
the
Final
dog.
Destination.
And the dog. Shaky dog.
Damn, that's 3 gone. Okay.
The only way I could have you come to my birthday was if I had it at a Pokestop. And the only way you would stay is if I made sure the lure module was going on.
That was a great party, though.
That was a great party, though.
I caught Jigglypuff, Pikachu, Snorlax.
It is up to you to figure out how you want to apply this to the rest of your life. You around people who love you, people who care about you. Okay? You can't catch them all. It's impossible. I've tried. I was a former poke and go addict. That was me. 3 weeks ago.
I want to be the very best. Like no one ever was. I don't need you guys. I'm gonna catch them all. I'm gonna catch every goddamn one of them.
If you or anybody you know is a Pokemon Go addict, please call 1-800-CATCH-'EM-ALL.
Just little funny shit.
Dude, I think that's what we go out on. R.I.P. Panjo.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
yeah.
Ryan. R.I.P. What's it? What was your lovely dog's
Ryan.
name?
Oh, a Lily.
Lily, Ryan, and Panjo. In that order. Fucking A. Any music to take us out with? Do we have any sounds?
To play us out. What does that mean?
To play us out. Or we can just play our song and we can get out of here. We've
I got
gone
one
way
for you.
long.
Let me shove this right up your fucking ass.
I think we've almost gone like over 3 hours.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
We started early tonight too, so we.
Thank you,
like,
Tequila, for that.
2 shots. Tell me something.
Okay. No. So I sent.
3
I
hours.
sent. I think how many fucking links for that? I don't know. Pick one of those and that's it. Okay, Ashley, you happy? You get your music. And
I only got Rabbit
I warned our manager that next week we might go on, despite the circumstances that she might not be able to make it. So
Yeah, it was Cypress Hill.
We
we'll keep you
had.
posted. Yeah, we're doing the Cypress Hill thing. We're not going to deny them.
We actually picked up one more. It was only supposed to be 2 people from Cypress Hill, Muggs and Be Real, and now we actually got Sendog is going to show up also. So now we have 3.
We have our
all of
biggest show planned next week for your birthday specifically, and you're telling us to cancel it.
They're going to have her favorite artist as well, Eli, Progressive Patriot. He's going to be on.
You know how many raps he's made for the show? He's got like 5 raps ready to go for her specifically. That Cypress Hill is going to play instruments for, and they're going to let him lead. And now there's a possibility we're not going to do the show because our producer's saying don't do it. What, are we going to just let Cypress Hill go? Let them do a show somewhere else?
That's what she's suggesting, so
that's
crazy. I think we should
crazy.
listen to our manager. She steers us right all the time.
I mean, Cranston, you have their number. Just let them know we can't do it. Let them know they got to do something.
I already told them earlier in the week they can fuck off because Ashley's birthday going to be going on. So
To use their own words, they got to be
I told
real
them
with
that we weren't doing it, and then they ended up doing some deal with the London Symphony Orchestra or something.
Oh, I heard about
It's
that.
probably not going to get them any views, to be honest with you. So I wouldn't even worry about it. I know that was supposed to be our day, but it's not. They're not going to get any views whatsoever doing that show. So
they were pretty pissed off actually that we canceled them. They said we were getting blacklisted or something.
Were they?
Nobody's going to work with us. Something about we're getting canceled. Something about a lawsuit for
that kind of makes
contract.
me. I feel a little upset about that.
Shamrock says we have to do the show, and Ashley, pop in if you can. That's how it is.
Maybe,
all right?
maybe that's how it goes. Can you call them back and ask them if they can come back on, or?
Yeah, we'll probably have to give them a check though because I really.
You
cussed
can
them
also
out.
pay them in weed though.
Yeah, you did tell them to
okay,
fuck
well,
off.
Probably good. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure Josh can hook it up. So.
Yeah.
I'll tell him Josh will pay him in weed when they get to his house.
Yeah, tell them when I smoke, they're coming here. Okay, yeah, I can smoke them out. I was gonna say I'll blow smoke in the camera or something like that. Really let them get the full
they
effect.
were live in studio from Josh's house. Is how we set it up anyway.
All right, I'll be looking out for their tour bus coming.
Well,
by.
if we don't see you next week, Ashley, we love you and have a great birthday.
Yeah, enjoy that. And this is Rabbit Jack. Times are tough. Huh? As they
Not
are.
under Biden, they weren't.
I thought that was a theme song for King of the Hill when it first started out.
Times are tough. Times are tough. Times are tough. Right? Is that? Times are tough.
There's a fire in our eyes. There's no time for compromise. There's a vision of the future.
Reminds you of Bad Religion.
We have to play the whole thing or we're fired.
There's a war we're left to fight. There's a blood we cannot hide. There's a million people dying.
I'm calling that's the chorus. Times are tough.
Stop pausing it. You have
I'm
to
calling
play
that's
it.
the chorus though.
City streets tonight. Walls are coming closer and the air is getting thin. In the distance I can hear the cries of 1,000 violins. There's a jet black atmosphere and our hearts
Give it to me. Give it to me.
full of people shouting now our end is
My
near.
mother's a queer.
This is Bad Religion all day.
Oh, he's got the same shirt as me.
Do you guys know Bad Religion?
Yep.
The hills in Los Angeles are burning. It's very.
I try not to listen.
So this is basically an anti-Trump song. Is what I'm getting.
Uh-oh.
Times are tough.
If you look down, the
Love
thing
it.
is below.
You
it
just
said-
added 2 more hours to this podcast.
Yeah.
No, there's
I know
like a
Duke's got
thing
so
written
much to
up
say.
underneath his name, and it said they like summed it up, and that's what the song is about.
You got to play the whole thing or we're fired.
Times are tough. I thought it was gonna be times are tough, but he's like times
he played a
are tough. I thought it was gonna be quick. Times are
And
tough.
it's from like 4 years
Times are
ago,
tough.
so he's probably got like a new version.
But you do know who Bad Religion is, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Rabbit Jack. Times are tough.
No,
Well
no, you
played.
got to play the whole fucking.
No, we don't. No, we don't. I subbed to him. We subbed to him. Nothing funny is subbed to the Rabbit Jack. Times are tough. Times are tough.
Yeah, see right there where it says 4 years ago, it's all talking about Trump there.
Oh, that's two of the same guys. I had
Oh,
no
shit.
idea.
I didn't notice that.
I didn't notice that either until right now. Times are tough.
That's what I figured out. That's what the
It's
whole
the hat.
song is about. It's
Times are tough, bro. That's why it's the same guy.
We don't
you know?
need band members. I'm just gonna. Yeah, times are tough.
Yeah.
I'm
Times
gonna
are
fucking
tough.
wear glasses and a hat. And
It's
that's
like
the
I
only
don't
band.
need it. I don't need band members. I can just be like the whole band in different camera views with different outfits on.
He sounds just like Bad Religion.
And
And that's a
another
compliment.
one where he's the drummer. And he's wearing like another hat and a different sweater.
All right, that's cool. I like it. I like it.
Times are
By the
tough.
way, speaking of Bad Religion, did you hear the Godsmack news? Fuck Godsmack. Josh,
What
you're a
happened?
big fan.
What happened?
2 members left. Shannon, the guitarist.
Oh, no,
and-
Shannon's the drummer. Shannon Larkin.
Oh, the drummer and somebody else. So now it's just douchebag and the other guy.
Really? I mean, they did say that.
Can we
this,
just end
this
it? I
album
mean, it's
is their
been
last
long
album.
enough. Do we need more Godsmack? Like,
Well, they did say that this
20
album is their last album, so.
good.
I mean, it's a great band. Richer than we are. So, can't really hate them too much. Sully played the drums on the first album. That's pretty cool. So, times are tough, you know? You gotta be your own
Shannon
drummer
Larkin
sometimes.
and Tony Rambola.
Oh, wow.
who's the guitarist.
Tony's an OG. Tony's OG.
Those are the founding members. So.
No, Shannon is not, sir. But Tony is.
Oh, well, whatever.
Tony is, indeed. But, I mean, at this point, that's it. I don't think they're planning on releasing new music. I think he just plans on touring with the catalog at this point. So.
And Doc Coyle quit Bad Wolves.
And the bassist, too.
Damn.
Doc Coyle and whatever
Everybody's
the bassist.
falling apart, man. Times are rough.
Times are tough. Times are tough.
Rough, tough.
Well, I tell you what, if times are that tough, you tune into Nothing Funny. We'll make times a little less tough every Wednesday at the 9 p.m. hour EST. We'll do our damnedest to make sure at least times are fun. Times are fun. Times are fun. And if you did enjoy the times being fun, please like and subscribe to Nothing Funny Show. Follow us on TikTok, follow us on YouTube, follow us on Clapper, Instagram, and Facebook. On all the cool social media places you can find your boys at. We got a lot of clips we release every day, all day. Isn't that right? By yours truly, Mr. Duke Stevenson makes some great clips, so check them out. That makes them feel good. Times are tough. Times are tough.
Yes. So everybody eat my ass from the back and suck my nuts.
Suck my nuts. Thank you so much for tuning in to us, Cranston. Anything to say before we get out of here to the lovely people?
Tune in next Wednesday on April 9th for the Cypress Hill birthday spectacular for Ashley's birthday. They'll be at Josh's house live performing 4 or 5 of their hit songs.
They're performing their hit song "Times Are Tough."
$39.95 admission fee to watch that.
Yep.
And subscribe to youtube.com/prank call chaos HQ, my prank call channel.
The best prank calls.
Nothing funny channel.
The best prank calls from Prank Calls HQ. Check them out. You'll love them, I promise. Promise you.
I feel like doing
do we want to maybe, if I can swing a Saturday show, or maybe you guys can, but if I can, it's not going to be till around this time again. I will have my Saturdays off in the next like 2 months. After 2 months, I'll be able to do early Saturdays, but until then, it's a late Saturday. So y'all tell me.
I'm sure I can't do Saturday this week or the following week, but after that, I probably could.
Okay.
He's in that birthday zone with Ashley, so.
Hey man, times are tough. I get it. I totally get it. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We will see you next Wednesday, maybe Saturday. I'm not sure, but like, subscribe, share the episode. That goes the longest way. We appreciate you. I'm Josh. That's Duke. That's Cranston. We're nothing funny.
This is Carpathian, the blowjob.
Carpathian. Can Carpathian take us out? Any words of encouragement from Carpathian?
I like the way Duke's dick tastes.
Oh, damn. That's what's up.
Damn.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Times are tough. Times are tough. They're tough.